welcome to my pod, bro.
Thanks for having me. This is
Of
great.
course, of course. I have my new iPad here. Where I can
Nice. Is this
screen record.
this new first episode with the new iPad? Or
That is true, yeah.
Nice.
First episode with the new iPad. I got this because the previous one was really old. I wanted to upgrade. And also, this is better. It's got the M1 chip. But
so okay, so it's yeah.
no.
Snappy.
But
It's snappy.
It's snappy. It's fast.
Nice.
And I can screen record. So whatever the fuck we're doing.
I recently went back to iPhone. I was an Android user for a few years.
Yeah.
And I used to just not like iPhone that much, but now I love it. It just like works for me better. And the blue text, that's a deal breaker. The green text, that's a deal breaker. You don't want to be
Once
the guy.
get
You don't want to be the
iPhone,
guy.
you're
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah.
Huge red flag. Someone with green text. Someone that needs to make everyone else in the group get WhatsApp is a huge red flag.
Oh my god. But WhatsApp, popularly though, WhatsApp is used across the globe. Like, just it's like an American thing where people are like just thrown off of like by. I'm pretty sure there are people that use it, but it's a widely popular thing in Europe. It's a widely popular thing in Eastern cultures. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like in America,
I'm saying in America, in Canada, you don't want to be the guy that'd be like,
in our land.
like you don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, should we make a a band group chat? And someone's like, yeah, I don't have an iPhone though. Could we do WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Does everyone have WhatsApp? That's
Yeah.
it. They just get out of it. There's other
Yeah.
bass players we can get. Looking at you.
That's a tricky. I know. That's a tricky one, but you know what? It's just whatever device works for you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so what do you want to start with?
You know what? I'm gonna throw that back to you because
Okay.
actually, no, I have something.
Okay.
I want to say that I think it's cool what you're doing here.
Okay,
Because
I appreciate that.
I think you're like one of the My App success stories because you got a job right out of My App at
Okay.
a cool new venue in the city, Bar Cathedral.
Okay.
It's
I
they have
appreciate
a
that.
big online presence, and I think you're giving me and a bunch of other people obviously a place to talk about stuff. And I feel like a lot of people, like in my family, there's no musicians in my family, so every time I start talking about music or anything related to music at the
Yeah.
dinner table,
They're
everyone
like,
is just like, oh yeah, I was gonna say that. That you get like that kind of stuff. Like, no, you weren't. You get like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like any opportunity I get to nerd out about music with someone or a guitar, it's just like, yes.
Okay, revisit that though. Like you said, there's no one in your family that does music.
Yeah.
So like, how was that like growing up as a child? Like,
Well, I started
how
playing-
did you get introduced
Okay.
into it?
I started to play guitar when I was 6.
Okay.
So I've always liked performing for people. I used to be into doing close-up magic for people.
Magic. I
was
didn't know that.
into it for a while.
Whoa.
Like I used to perform at kids' birthday parties
What the?
when I
fuck?
was like 13.
So So if I told you to pull up like magic tricks right now, would you be able to?
Well, it's not an app. If you gave me a deck of cards right now, I can show you something pretty cool.
Okay, I don't have cards, but
Then we're out of luck.
but you know what? I'll show you a magic trick that I know.
This is gonna be crazy.
So like I used to do this trick like in front of my sister, so I would just do this. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, that's crazy. I almost don't even know how you did that. Well,
But, yeah.
you completely defamed the whole magic thing now. So let's go back to music. I like acoustic guitarist strumming stuff when I was like 7.
Cool.
And I went back and forth between guitar and piano. Like I was just like trying to be interested in music. I didn't plan on it at that point.
Gotcha.
So like I would do like we got a teacher that would do piano one week and guitar the next week. So I wasn't serious about either one of them.
Oh, just like
I just wanted to have
experimenting.
it as like an extracurricular after school thing.
Yeah,
And I guess
it's a
it's
good
pa-
thing.
yeah,
as a-
for sure.
Yeah, as a kid, like doing that. But yeah. Finish your thought. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's good to when you're growing up to not just be like sports is obviously a good social thing,
Yeah.
but I guess sitting here now knowing that playing guitar all those years is paying off, that it's like I guess I can look back on it and say, yeah, that was badass.
Yeah.
But that's a badass decision. But I feel like then it was like, oh, my parents are forcing me to do this.
Yeah. So who got you into it? Was it your mom, dad,
I had a really good teacher.
at school?
Like I did this thing called stay at home music,
Okay.
where the teachers would come around to you.
Oh,
Like
nice.
they would drive or bike to your house.
Cool.
So I had this really cool teacher named Chris. I don't know his last name. He used to like pull up in a motorcycle with a guitar on his back every time. It just like
Whoa.
got me really excited. I just remember like watching out the window when I was like 7. Like, where's he gonna show up on the motorcycle? And he
Nice.
parks in the driveway and teach me guitar. It was like pretty much the coolest thing I've ever still seen to this day.
Yeah, that's like on the other side of things though. Like if you had to do that, would you do it? I got offered to like
Teach me?
teach.
Oh,
And, like, just
I
drive
taught for that
around.
company for like a year.
Oh wow.
Like I came back around full circle. So that's another way. But
Gotcha.
I think for music, like getting into it, it's all about just having someone. Because like I know a lot of people have like those older siblings
Yeah.
that are really into music, and their like the younger siblings' music taste will have to do with their older siblings' music taste.
Yeah,
So
I can say that for my sister.
yeah,
Like yeah, for sure.
so like what was your sister?
Like we're kind of both into like kind of like, well initially we weren't, and then like as we grew up I've noticed that like our like taste has like kind of like in like there's some intersectionality happening in terms of our taste. Like
your
she's
sister
listening
lives
to,
where?
she's in India.
Okay.
So she like sometimes when when we're calling I got tickets to see the Japanese house. Like she's really into them.
Can't say I've heard of them, but now I have, and I'll check it out.
It's a good band. Like if you have a chance, definitely check him out.
Yeah.
But what's that? That's like my cat. Is that my cat? No, that's my neighbor. Never mind. It's all good. But yeah. So I've noticed like growing up, there wasn't any similarities, and then like as I have grown up, and I've seen like some sort of, you know, similarities in terms of our taste.
Yeah, my brother's not into music at all whatsoever. He's a full-on sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I played baseball growing up, but I knew it wasn't like I played like a little higher up level of competitive for like a few years in high school and leading up to high school, but I was never like I never had the mind for it.
Yeah.
I was never like competitive enough.
Oh,
So I
okay.
went back down to house league for the last few years, and I loved it because I got to play with my friends and like
Gotcha.
and I was like decent. I wasn't consistent though. Like I would go through like hitting streaks where I would just be like, "Yo, is this guy juicing or like is this guy on steroids?" Because someone that small should not be hitting that far. But actual quote from my mom. No,
Oh my god.
but yeah. So then other seasons I'll just be like complete horseshit,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I would fall back on guitar. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm not going chronologically here, but I have ADHD, so like we weren't expecting to.
No, same, dude. Like, don't worry. Like, there's all about tangents.
I remember the beginning of the pandemic, like the first lockdown, 2020,
Yeah.
spring, whatever. I remember it was like everyone was like, "Oh, what do I get? What do I do? Like, I have nothing to do at home."
Mm-hmm.
I just remember I was like, I didn't complain that much because I just like got to sit home and play guitar.
Fair.
Like,
No,
it's
no,
always-
no.
always been
That's
that.
a weird thing, right? Like, during the pandemic,
I think
like,
musicians were really lucky in a way.
dude, like people were like freaking out, like about like oh the lockdown and everything, all of that stuff. Like, to be quite fucking honest, like I was chilling and like making music. I didn't really have a hard time per se. Possibly also because we were in school. I think if we were like
Yeah.
doing work and stuff like and everything closed, that would be fucking tough.
Yeah, so I wasn't making money anyway, so I wasn't
Yeah,
losing anything.
exactly.
But going back to the school thing, out of high school, I graduated in 2019 from just a high school in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I went to Queens right away,
Okay.
but I was never really sold on it. Like, I was just like, because I've never been a big partier, and I knew what the deal was at Queens, Western, like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I was going because my brother went there.
Yeah.
I come from a Jewish family, so it's like you're going to be a doctor, or a lawyer, or a dentist, that kind of stuff.
Same.
So the fact that I was
Same
going to
in
be,
our family
I think,
too, dude.
yeah, you're not Jewish though.
I'm not. I'm not Jewish. I'm just saying, like the whole like
Yeah,
doctor Jewish or failure.
I think
thing.
there's
Yeah,
some.
yeah, yeah.
I think we've talked
Doctor
about,
Jewish. No. Doctor. Hold on. Pause.
Ronnie, you're going to grow up to be Jewish. That's what's going to happen.
No.
You have one choice.
I meant doctor, engineer, lawyer, or a
Yeah.
failure.
So my brother went to Queens for engineering.
Okay.
So I was never going to do that because in high school it became very obvious that I don't care about math or science, so I wasn't going to like do it.
Yep.
So I went to Queens for art sci
Yeah.
with the main idea that I was going to do a music major the second year,
Okay.
like major in music but like focus in social science.
Right.
I was going to be a teacher for a bit, but I didn't get into an education program, and I lost interest. But because I don't have the patience, I realized. But
But you're teaching now.
I am teaching now, but it's something I love. I wouldn't be able to
Okay.
like stand in front of a whiteboard.
Fair.
yeah,
Fair.
being like, Yeah, don't worry about it. Um, I'll go back to that later. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
no
But
worries. Yeah.
yeah, so I dropped out of Queens like 2 months later,
Yep.
October 2020, because
Wasn't the place for
it
you.
wasn't a place for me. I
Yeah.
wasn't learning anything, and I found it incredibly hard to make friends when you don't party at a school like that.
Yeah.
Like-
Everyone's like, oh, let's go, like, fuck it.
Yeah, like
Fuck
I made a
ourselves.
deal with myself going into that. I was like, I'm gonna not, because in high school I would often. I don't know if you saw my TikTok last night.
No,
but
I didn't.
I was like, I just wanted the caption. It was like a picture of me, a video of me soloing on at Horseshoe, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
I was like,
Yeah, I saw
I
that
used to
one.
avoid
Never mind.
parties in high school to play guitar. Now I play guitar all over the city with my best friends, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a joke. Like I did post those things as a joke, but I feel like there's some truth to that. Like I made a deal with myself when I went to Queens that I wasn't gonna like avoid making friends just to play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized making friends at Queens means killing your liver. And just like each semester your
Drinking,
liver just
yeah.
deteriorates. Yeah. So I just wasn't a fan, and I just
Fair enough.
there's other stuff, and I just came home.
Yeah.
And then that year, from October to March, when I got into my app,
Yeah.
it was the worst year of my life because there's no one in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty rough. But I got a few jobs. I worked at Menchie's, the froyo place.
Oh shit.
Have you ever had froyo, Ronnie?
I've had froyo. Yes.
It's like when you go and
Twice.
and they weigh it.
No, I haven't.
What?
Weigh it?
So
what do you
at
mean?
Menchie's, what you do is you fill up. Ron, I'm at Menchie's now. Yo, it's crazy. You fill up your cup with yogurt. If that wasn't
I've never
unhealthy
been to
enough,
Menchie's,
that wasn't unhealthy enough. They went bankrupt, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
If that wasn't unhealthy enough, well, my branch did. If that wasn't unhealthy enough, the yogurt,
Yeah.
you got to put any combination of candy you wanted on it. And then the way you
just like
pay,
sugar.
and the way you pay is you put it on a scale.
Oh,
You're like
just
it's like
weighed it out.
It's like bulk.
oh,
but yogurt
wow.
and diabetes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
you know what? I love that job, but it was a delicious job, and I gained weight at it. So I quit that, and then March of 2020, I didn't quit that. I just lost touch with them. 'Cause I
Gotcha.
never went back after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Remember, like the summer of
What's
2020.
the worst Menchie stories you got?
Oh, so did you know the other froyo place called Yogurties?
Yogurties, I've heard of it.
Okay, so
Never
I
been
was
there.
one of my first shifts at Menchie's. A customer walked in. I was like, "Hey, welcome to Yogurties." I welcome to the wrong store because I like Yogurties better than Menchie's.
Oh my
Couldn't get a job at
God.
Yogurties.
Jesus Christ.
It was, you know what? It was embarrassing, but I went through it.
Fair enough.
I was
you gotta
like,
do the humble beginnings.
Sorry, ma'am.
Right? Welcome to Yogurties.
Just really confused the share to someone. Like, I thought I was going to Menchie's.
Just questioning reality at that point.
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
And I was a camp counselor for a few years, which I've always loved.
Okay.
But the first time I got the really young kids the 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that occurred to me when I was changing a diaper one day, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, so then my app came around, and it kind of gave me something to do. And then that's the first time leaving Queens kind of felt worth it.
Okay.
So I was studying music.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And
I
it was
remember-
practical enough, I believe.
yeah,
Well,
I'll go through my
pandemic.
app experience.
Yeah, fair.
But I feel like it started out kind of like there's a few things that it did for me that are like, it was life changing. And other parts of it was just like, oh, why? I remember the first time I was in Natalie's music theory class,
Yeah.
and we were having a lecture about music. I was like, oh, this is like the perfect thing for me.
Yeah.
I was like, this exists. Like,
Yep.
but you did music schooling before my app.
I've had
So you knew this
background
existed.
in music theory. Yes, I've done like ABRSM. So like growing up as a kid, like my I was in summer camp and I went to like this keyboard thing, right? And I played, and the
Yeah.
teacher called my mom after, and then he was like, "Oh, you should try to nurture him into learning like piano." And then, long story short, I started learning songs, and then got into classical side of things, and then I did like this thing called Associated Board of Royal School of Music. Which is
Oh
based
wow, that's a
in-
brief name.
It's very British.
It's very brief.
British.
Wow.
And,
I almost caught all the words there.
and I did that. So I had a background in like I'll show you some books. I still have them. I
can't wait to see these books, Ronnie.
I read it like try to read sometimes. But
Yeah.
uh,
I went through a period learning guitar. I mostly try to learn by ear to pick up what my heroes do.
yeah.
But
Ear
there is
is good,
some
man.
things that I did learn better from books, just like the theory stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't like when people talking to me about stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I would I remember after my, like Natalie lectures, like music theory 1 or 2, whatever.
Yeah.
I would like actively go watch like YouTube videos and read stuff about what we learned that day. Like, I was just
Nice.
super curious at the beginning of my app.
I think that helps too, right? Like practically applying what you actually like hear in a lecture, or like seeing it from a different source and seeing how it gets applied. I think that's something that lots of education systems kind of like lack. They'll tell you like, okay, this is what it is, this is what you got to do, and then that's about it. They don't really show you how to apply any of that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's something that I've noticed like in lots of fucking places.
But
That are...
I found out pretty quickly that I wasn't a fan of anything that has to do with the studio.
Okay, fair.
I'm talking to you about this. I liked doing live sound. But throughout my app, it's just like ensemble was my favorite, and private lessons were my favorite because I just loved the idea of performing.
Yeah.
Hard thing to get into. Like, I know it's not gonna be a full-time thing, but I think I've been putting a lot of energy towards.
On that.
Sorry?
I'll pick your brains.
Yeah,
on, like,
I think
live.
there's a lot of there's just a lot of little things you can do to supplement other stuff with live performance. Like, I like my band gigs like probably like twice a month.
Yeah.
Or twice, like it goes through periods.
Yeah.
We're doing it more recently, but I think the more I get into it, like I didn't sing a word until like my app.
Yeah.
Until
I noticed like you starting from guitar into wanting to sing into performing.
Yeah.
And doing all
I got
that.
on stage singing way too early. Like I wasn't great, but now I'm like a little less not great. Yeah. Every show apparently I'm told I get better.
Yeah.
So, and that's great because I think like it just like makes you more appealing to get hired into other bands.
Yeah.
If you can sing backing and play guitar.
Yeah.
And that happened with I played with an artist named Jesse Vickery, who you ran sound for. Yeah.
I met her.
Amazing singer, nice person.
Great.
And she saw one of my TikToks.
Nice.
I'm not famous on TikTok or anything, but she saw one and like I think I was playing a solo on like that Ed Sheeran, like Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're really good. You want to play with my band?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Fuck,
that's another big
nice.
thing. Like, you have to always say yeah within reason.
Yeah.
You can't be like, I have genres that I won't do. Like I won't play like a full on metal gig or rap.
Okay.
Well, I don't have to play at a rap gig. You just press play and be like, sing, like sorry, Jukes. No. But
there's more variety in there. But yeah.
But like roots, blues, metal. Not metal. Roots, blues, classic rock.
What's about metal that you
Country.
don't like?
I can't physically do it.
Oh, fair. I got you.
Someone like Brent, who you are clearly
Brent
fond
is,
of,
yeah,
because you work together. Like he's like, hi Brent.
This is how I think about Brent. I think about Brent as water. Like he's gonna mold into whatever the fuck you give him. You know what I mean?
Like, whoa! Wow! I wasn't prepared for this.
No, that's how I think of it.
I know what you mean.
Because he's so malleable. He's like so.
Yeah.
And that goes to show about like his knowledge about the fucking fretboard. He's just like so fucking flexible. Like whatever you throw at him, he's gonna give it to you back with some flair,
with some
it.
Brent sauce on it.
Yeah, exactly. So like I fucking love it.
There's no.
I can say the same for Robert too. Like he has his own like flair to things, and like, and he's very observant like musically.
This is what I did. So I surrounded myself, because you were talking about my bandmates here for the viewers then.
Yeah.
Brent and Robert, I surround myself with musicians that I admire.
Yeah.
And that I think are ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
So it brings me up.
Yeah. That's
if I chose people that are below me, which there aren't many of, but I get gigs though, and I'll talk about that. But it would bring me down.
Yeah.
I remember when I came from like competitive baseball down to house league, I found myself getting worse, because like you play to the level of the people you're playing with. So if you play with musicians that are better than you, like Brent and Bobby, and we recently added Campbell to our band.
Nice.
He's going to be playing us at Horseshoe December and Dakota next week.
Amazing.
Which is exciting. So, actually now he's going to drum, and now Bobby's going to play bass.
fuck yeah!
And Brent's
And
gonna
Brent's
be on
gonna
guitar. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's awesome.
yeah. Brent plays guitar like a motherfucker. um, are we allowed to swear? No.
Yeah, yeah, you
Um,
can, dude. Like, don't worry.
yeah, I
don't
love
worry.
swearing. So, I can't say guitar is that much more fun than swearing. That's a joke. But yeah, like Horseshoe is always scary because you like the bands that have played there. Like you see a list of bands that have played there
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
It's like the Rolling Stones, Foo Fighters, Billy Joe Armstrong.
I know.
It's
Tame
just- it's-
Impala was there too.
Tame Impala. Yeah, like you go into the green room downstairs and like everyone signed the walls. It's just like,
Yeah.
why am I here? Right? It's because here's why I think I got there, and I've been there a few times because I think you have to be easy to work with.
Yeah.
Do what the booking guy says.
Be personable. I think.
Be
that's-
personable,
yeah.
and here's a big tip. Don't, as tempting as it is, don't have a template email and send it to multiple venues to get gigs at once. You want it to be
personalize it.
personalized.
Yeah.
I can't remember what venue I was on recently, but every couple of weeks I'll go search for venues and send out some emails. But I'll take the time and do like individual ones for each
Yeah.
venue. You want to say the venue's name in the email.
Yeah.
And you want to tailor your projected draw to the size of the venue.
Yep.
Whatever, because it's so hit or miss. But yeah, so you want to talk about like what you guys do. They're interested in just like they're interested in like not giving the venue a bad name.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like I feel like it's actually that before draw. Like they want to know you're not gonna like make a
Okay.
fool. Like, oh, this place fucking booked them, and then because then they're just gonna be like take a hike,
Right.
But then draw
Fair.
because the venues I find are only concerned about a full sellout
Yeah.
on the weekends. Well,
that
you
is
can
true.
tell me about that.
Yeah. It's true. We try to get a full sellout.
You want to
on
get like a
weekends.
touring
Yeah,
band
yeah,
or
yeah.
someone you know is going to sell out the place on the weekend.
Well, like obviously, the more you can draw, the better.
Yes.
Like,
But at the same time, I
Without-
played twice at Brock Cathedral with two different bands.
Yeah.
And there wasn't very good draw on either of them. And I'm convinced they would have me back. So-
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, like it's just the thing that like obviously like draw is like like monetary and like
Yeah.
But again, like you want to be known as like a venue that kind of houses good acts. So
Yeah.
like I think I agree with you there. So like I think just making sure your stuff sounds solid and then being able to pitch it in a personalized manner and be personable and respectful, easy to work with is big time. Like I have some, obviously without declaring names, I have some stories with like people that worked. It's like, wow,
Yeah,
like
and they're
they
gone
leave a
very soon, right?
impression,
Yeah.
like and it's just like
Yeah.
a very negative impression.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't help.
It kills the whole vibe of the night.
Exactly.
When I played shows at Horseshoe before where like Craig, the booking guy, puts the build together and so you don't know the band you're playing with. And one egotistical frontman kills the whole vibe.
Yep.
I'll stop there. Just for the sake of me not, whatever,
Fair enough.
canceling myself.
No, it's all good.
But on this podcast today, right here, what if I told you I was going to cancel myself right now? No. But I do enjoy putting the bills together myself, so I know it's going to be a great vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. Like I go for bands that I know are going to be tight.
Yeah.
Draw enough people, and I'm in that process right now. I'm booking a show for December at Horseshoe. Craig is trusting me to put it all together.
Nice.
So I'm booking bands that like I know kind of through other people or personally
Yeah.
that I know will draw and won't cause a shit fight. A shit fight.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want like a horseshoe clearing brawl. But yeah, so and also just being easy to work with. Like when I got hired with quotations to play with Jesse, I would say hired because we're not making much money, but
Fair enough.
But we're live musicians usually.
Yeah.
She could have easily found a better guitarist than me.
Yeah.
But I think like Brent's also in the band though. But she could have went for someone much better playing. But I think I just remember the first rehearsal we all just gelled really well.
Yeah.
And she just like, this is our band now. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I
Fuck
feel
yeah.
like the dynamic is like pretty smooth in there. So like just based off of like that one time that I saw you guys, It seemed to
Oh, that
work
was one of
out.
our
Like,
worst shows you've ever played. But the thing was, it was our worst show you've ever played, and we don't hate each other after. We're still a band.
see,
That's part of it.
important. Yeah,
So if you can royally fuck up a song on stage
and grow together. I
and
think
look at
that's,
each other and laugh, because there's no point of like getting mad about it on stage.
Yeah.
If you can laugh about it on stage and then go off to the side of the stage after and be like, yeah, we got to tighten that one song up.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. You want to do that, and you have to be open with talking about it like that.
Yeah, yeah, and ego too, right? That shit's crazy. If people have crazy egos, it's hard to communicate with them.
Yeah.
When I'm working with like Brent and Robert and like just like recording stuff or like I don't know performing, I'm always like asking like, oh, like what can be done better? Like I have a holistic idea, I pitch it to them, they're like, oh, sweet, sounds great.
Hey Google, what does holistic mean? No, I'm joking.
So I pitch I pitch my ideas to them, and then they you know they give me like certain things. They try to keep me in check, which is great. Like I've learned so much from Robert. I've learned so much from Brent. I've like like that's the only thing that I look forward to. Like obviously the song, like when I record it, great. Like but there's like little pockets of things that you can learn, which is like
Everyone has
you
their own
wanna
little
be in
thing.
that space. Like,
Yeah.
and if you can be in that space, like I think there's growth in there. But
I have a question for
really
you,
easy
Ronnie.
to work with. Yeah,
I have a
go
question, and you can throw it back to me.
Okay.
What I remember like coming into my app ensemble. You're the most talented singers in our year. Why? I'm not like challenging or anything, but why did you go into money aside? No, money aside. Why did you go into this over
Like the program?
pursuing performing? Like,
Oh, like into this?
like why did you go into like live sound and like
Oh, wow.
production?
I like so I fucking love technical shit. Like I like
No.
no, I like I mean it's not I wouldn't say I'm not into performing. I've done like gigs. Like I did like gigs recently.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Ronnie.
Wait, but I don't think you would. I don't think you would enjoy it. It's not the type of music that you're into based off of how I know you.
What do you mean supporting my friends?
Like, I'm just saying, like, but I wouldn't say I'm not into performing. I like being on the other side because it allows me to kind of see how the other side is. I'm obviously not gonna be doing this freaking forever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like I'm actively planning to like I've been talking to like people like about performing live. Like eventually I'm gonna do it. I'm just like taking my time to kind of build my stuff online in terms of recorded music and like
And following maybe that's
and-
that comes later, but
yeah, like I would obsess over it like for 3-4 years ago. Like I would just be like obsessive about like, oh, like fucking TikTok, I have to fucking nail it. Like honestly, like I think it's like everyone has their own journey. I'm not trying to force shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like I like it would take me into like these loops of like getting obsessive, and like I would put in so much time and energy, and like if I didn't see things convert, I would be like, oh, all right, you know, like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not working out, whatever. Like it, and that's like a toxic fucking loop to be in. So so I was like, you know what? Everybody has their own time. Everybody has their own journey. Just let me do the things I love, which is this is something I like talking. I like understanding different perspectives, and like that's why I was like, okay, let me do the things I actually love doing and not like exhaust myself and like torture myself into just like obsessing over things that I can't really control.
yeah.
And that's like and becoming more open to like things like this thing with like production and everything. I've thrown myself in this side of things, which has allowed me to kind of have like a workflow where if I have an idea, I'm gonna be able to make an end product that sounds like it was recorded in a professionally like
Yeah.
recorded studio.
Yeah.
And I'm confident in that skill. So like there's perks to being in this side, but like don't get me wrong. Obviously, I fucking love performing.
We have,
Like,
we have to get you on the show. I put the
yeah,
show
like
together.
I mean,
we have
like,
to do it.
I'm always like
The thing is, if we have
excited
you on
about
a show with my
performing.
band, it's gonna be pretty much two of the same band because Brent and Bobby will be in both. So
exactly. So like You're doing your own thing, man. That's great. But I'm just saying, like for me, I love both sides. I realize I love like the technical aspect, and I love like the performing aspect, and it like switching between them at the moment. Obviously, I'm like kind of like I think there's art, like the artistic side in the tech, in the music technical side of things. It's still there.
Yeah.
Like if you're mixing someone, there's like artistic things that you gotta do to make them sound fucking awesome. Like to
Yeah.
make the show
Your
fucking
job is to make them sound as best as they can.
yeah, and to make the show like flow and like to make the show fucking make it as vibrant as you can.
Little things that I
right?
notice you do and a few other people do. You turn on the house music right after the band's done. You got to do that. You can't have silence.
No silence.
I remember on stage at Bar
No
Cathedral, and
silence.
we've finished our last song, and whatever, I'm assuming it was you, so it was
No
1975 came on or something, or band Camino. No, came on immediately. I was like, yeah, Ronnie knows what he's doing. Because like you appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
Because you don't want to be on stage with silence.
no,
That's the
absolutely
most awkward
not.
shit ever.
Yeah. Like, and I have my iPad, so I run around and like I'm like,
Yeah.
this is kind of fun, man. I like having like the iPad and like being able to control.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, that would,
Like
I want to
it's-
feel what that's like. What was I gonna ask?
But going
Yeah.
back to your question regarding performing, like
Yeah.
like not story, but like a short
No, I'm
answer
here,
for
so-
for a short answer, I would say I'm very much into performing. I'm just like at the moment, I'm like I have songs ready to be out. I'm just like developing like the other side of things, and like I've been kind of lazy. I'm kind of enjoying like this balance that I have right
yeah.
now. So like I'm kind of like writing it out, and just like kind of taking things at my pace, and like definitely I will perform 100%.
Perfect.
Like I definitely want to be out there performing, but
You know what I think would be a good place for you to perform? Somewhere like Sauce, like because they have a piano there, whatever.
yeah,
Like a solo thing.
Yeah.
You have a good background music vibe.
yeah, I that would be actually really cool. I was thinking about doing like a solo acoustic sets. I was invited to perform at Cathedral too, but like that's kind of weird. Like, what am I gonna be doing? Am I gonna be running the show, or am I gonna be performing, or like I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that takes time too, right? Like,
Yeah.
like having like and obviously, if I perform live, if with a band and everything, I definitely want to kind of get like a solid, like set.
Yeah.
Which takes rehearsal time and everything.
Oh yeah,
and I'm doing
money
this absolutely.
that you don't make back. But yeah,
Booking rehearsal time and all of that.
yeah,
Luckily for me, I have a setup here where I can like split channels into like so like Robert Brent can come and like we can practice here
yeah.
and make it sound fucking dope.
I thought I smelled something. No. So one thing I've been doing recently is songwriting.
Yeah,
You're like are you into that a lot? Or
I love songwriting.
I like it as like a fallback thing because like sometimes I'll sit down in the morning being like I'm gonna practice something on guitar,
Yeah,
and other times I just like have something I want to write about.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm developing that as the time goes on because I've just always been interested in. Like, I remember in high school, I was always interested in like reading and like writing, like essays. Like I was never upset about writing a paper because
Really,
in
huh?
my app I hated it, but
I don't like writing papers.
writing's like the my app songwriting courses were my favorite like ever.
Yeah,
Favorite courses in my app.
yeah, those are really good.
So I don't know, it's fine. I was just fiddling. Are you recording me right now? What are these wires for? No. You have to tell me that. Yeah. So I just. What's your songwriting process?
Okay, mine is I love writing songs and guitar. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels very cozy, natural.
And it's intuitive.
Yeah, I love doing that. But this is how I do it. This is my approach because sometimes I'll fiddle around on the piano and then I'll come up with ideas and I'll jot it down. Initially, when I got into songwriting, it was mostly guitar and piano, like writing songs acoustically and then producing them.
Yeah.
When I got more into production, I would lay down tracks. I would make a whole production. There are certain songs that I've like produced. Like Celine, I produced the entire track. I had like
Out now on Spotify. been out for a few years.
I
You have to get those numbers up for Ronnie.
I produced all of them, all the layers, everything. It was like done, and then I played it through. So that's like something I got comfortable doing. So now it's like if I can't find inspiration playing an acoustic guitar, I'll switch to the piano. Try to fiddle around
It
there.
takes you to a different place.
Yeah, and then if I don't see anything like interesting there, I'll fiddle around with the in Logic, right? That kind of helps me to make good use of my time, because I'm like a little anal about like how I'm using my time, and like honestly, that was like a big thing too. Like I would not allow myself to chill out.
Yeah.
Like I would just fucking, oh, you're not doing enough. You're not like you're wasting time. That kind of
Like
shit.
a
And like,
compulsive overworker, you would say?
yeah,
Or-
and it's just like bad. It's like it's not like in a good way. It's like
Yeah.
just bad. Like it's like more steps backwards than like forward. Like you're
Yeah.
just like you're just obsessing over things that you
then
can't
you
control.
start getting into the loop. Like, I know I do this a lot because
Yeah.
the ADHD or whatever. It's like kind of like you get like the minute you're like, oh, I'm not getting enough done. You're like, oh shit, I have to like you become hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Is what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you feel guilty, and then you feel like you're not doing enough, and then you also obviously social media doesn't help because you're playing the comparison game with everyone.
I also want, yeah, like, that's a
Right?
big thing about musicians though, because like
Yeah.
I've thought about deleting Instagram so many times.
Yeah, man.
Then you're like, how are you going to promote yourself though?
Yeah.
That you have to have it.
Yeah.
And but I don't. I've been trying to cut down on like scrolling, which is like
Screen time.
no, but like scrolling Instagram
Okay.
and being like just like looking for no reason.
Yeah.
Which is hard because it's a muscle memory thing at this point.
Yeah,
But,
I try
like,
to keep myself checked.
I
but-
want a perfect world. I would just do it to promote shows.
Yeah.
And connect with people about coming
Yeah,
to shows.
Yeah.
Um,
But you also kind of have to know what's going out there, what's out
Yeah.
there, right? So like it's a weird fucking thing, man. Like what do you do? I think like even like people that say that don't struggle with it, like subconsciously
I think they're full of
everyone
shit.
struggles. Everyone struggles with it because it's just designed like that, right? It's just like you're consistently
trap,
seeing
yeah.
like the best versions of everyone, right? Like including like yourself, right? You're putting like the best things of you out there, and it's like very rare that you'll see like obviously there's gonna be like a someone out there that's like, oh, I'm all about transparency, all that stuff.
No, they're not.
It's great, but I don't know. Like, yeah, you're right. There are some people that have like this facade of transparency, but it's actually not.
yeah.
But no, like that kind of put me in a weird place. So I would just going back to what I mentioned, like it just like taking my time, easing it out, just like enjoying, like going out, looking at the sun, like fucking taking in like
Yeah.
shit. Like I think that has helped me to calm down. But there's a whole other flip side to it. I love how my brain works. It's just like overthinking all the time. Like there's this whole
It's
other
better than underthinking. It beats not thinking at all.
there's this whole other side of like, oh, if you're like if you're letting yourself chill out, like there might be like this loop of like, oh, I'm just chilling out, and then you're just like not really doing anything
Yeah.
productive. So like balance, I think.
And we're all doing music related stuff because we love it.
Yeah.
So if it becomes a negative thing, just step the fuck back and go outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so much of what we do is sitting down practicing for hours,
Mm-hmm.
producing, playing guitar. It's so important to get out and just go on a walk and just clear
Yeah.
your head.
Yeah.
There's something about going on a walk, your eyes start moving around. It's just like, it's so good for you.
Keyword I think is balance, man.
Balance, yes.
That's the
well
one.
rounded.
Yeah, like a good balance of things is important. Control your highs, control your lows. Like one thing that I recently, like not recently, I like a few years ago, like I came across, but like it came back. I saw it online.
Yeah.
I saw it online.
Ron, are you on social media too much? You shouldn't do that.
It's just like when your highs are great, don't have an overwhelmingly explosive reaction. Control your reaction, and then when your lows are low, control that as well.
Don't make any decisions when you're not in a good mood.
Exactly, yeah. Like so, that's something I'm trying to practice a lot. But yeah, man, it's a journey, right? So I'm
Yeah.
just like letting it go, kind of taking its own course in a way, but also having like small goals that look forward to finishing. I'm gonna do one more tracking at Links, probably not one more. I'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna record some more live, and then hopefully by the end of the year, maybe more original music that I
Yeah.
can put out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like
You have my permission, Ronnie. Yeah, we like again. We're all in this because we love music. It all stems from just something when we were younger tipped us off and be like, "This is the coolest shit ever." For me, it was being in front of people.
yeah. Did you ever have stage fright?
I get that a lot actually because in high school, people that knew me in high school would be like, "Oh, yeah, I feel like Evan's probably so nervous," because like I wasn't the most like, well, just because like I've said earlier, like I wasn't a big partier in high school.
Yeah.
So I think I probably came off of it as a bit reserved. Like I had my circle and I still
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I think
I think you can talk to, like, I don't think of you as like a not social person. I think you
Exactly.
can talk, but I think like it's through, like, correct me if
Image.
I'm wrong, through music you feel more comfortable. Like,
Oh, yeah.
people that you meet through
I've had
music.
people tell me that like they've never seen me more confident than I am. Like not even on stage,
Yeah.
but like around a stage, like at a show.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not playing, like I'm it's just like a familiar environment.
Yeah.
People just like I'm just like okay. Most people here are like minded, and that's a conversation starter with everyone. But yeah. So back to high school, like
People trying to make you party and shit.
yeah, I just wasn't swayed by it. And people that knew me in high school and see me on stage now that I haven't seen forever,
Yeah.
they're like, I can't believe that's Evan because I
Yeah.
I was always just fine not doing all the crazy shit in high school.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks of live musicians and rock and roll as like, oh, he's probably like fucking drinking in the green room after, right? And doing other stuff,
Yeah.
unmentionable things.
Yep.
But like, I haven't done that in my entire life. So it's like, it's
Me
it's
either.
not.
I've done edibles,
Oh my God, Ronnie, security. No.
but nothing else.
That's disgusting. No,
Uh,
but
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad we can have a different discussion because I was watching your other podcast and I know it goes the other way, right? Like I know a few other guests, the guy that came on before me or posted before me.
Which one? Jisoo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what?
Well, it was Jisoo was a girl, right?
No. Jisoo's the guy.
Jisoo.
Jisoo is
The guy. You're saying the right guy. I just don't know how to pronounce the name.
Jisoo.
Yeah, he has some
Io,
he has some
Io.
fun stories.
Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah.
You're not gonna get that from me, but I have other stories.
No, he's insane. Yeah. Jisoo's fun. I love him.
Yeah, so I don't back to the stage fright thing. Like I get nervous, not like going on stage. I get nervous about if people are gonna like it. I don't get like the shakes or anything.
Yeah.
But I want to like entertain people because we are entertainers.
Of course, yeah.
So
You wanna make sure everybody has a good time.
and you can't really necessarily if it's a good venue, you can't necessarily see their faces when you're performing.
Yeah, with the stage wash and everything.
Yeah. And hopefully there's gonna be smoke machine. But like
I try to go easy on the stage
It's-
wash because it's just people are just like when I was up there,
Stage wash,
the wash was so like heavy. I was
Stage
like, well,
wash.
I couldn't see shit.
At Cathedral, this is gonna sound like a joke, but I'm actually short, so that I don't get affected by it. But at Horseshoe,
Really?
yeah, I didn't notice it.
Interesting. Next time I'm just gonna blare
And
it.
I was looking at Jessie's face, and she had light all in her face, and I was just like in the dark.
Oh, true. You were on the. Yeah,
was on the
okay.
side.
If you're on the side.
Yeah,
But well, that's also because like we had it pointed, like we had it adjusted in a different
Yeah.
setup. But
Cathedral's a great sounding place. But
yeah,
at Horseshoe, like the ceiling's pretty low, the
Yeah.
stage is high, so it's like in your face, and it gets really hot up there.
yeah.
But yeah, after like the first few songs, I'm always just like, this is insane. Like I've always wanted, like, high school me would be like, fuck yeah, Evan, this is crazy. You're doing that right now.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, man. Like I mean, I've seen like the whole
Progression,
growth
yeah.
of like you starting on the guitar. Well, I wouldn't say starting because you kind of knew, and then you started taking lessons from Michael Murray.
No, I never had Michael Murray.
Who did you take
It
lessons
was
from? No, it was Robert that would take
Robert.
lessons.
No,
Yeah.
Robert. But I had
Michael Murray's great too, right?
I've talked to him about doing lessons before, but never goes anywhere. But I've been really lucky to have a really good teachers before. So just like even before the summer before my app, I took a Berkeley online course. And
those are great.
I met just incredibly like not just good guitar players. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But talented teachers. In my opinion, a good teacher. I know taking lessons isn't for everyone. Some people just like exploring.
Yeah.
But for me, I need someone telling me what to do. In a certain way. That's an important part of that. You have to be able to like a good guitar teacher will be like not tell you exactly where to put your fingers,
Yeah.
like a lot of YouTube. But
YouTube.
yeah, fuck, Marty Music. Hey guys, no, but
Marty Music here.
some like jumping the screen and punch his little fedora off. Just like
You hate him, eh?
I don't know. I think he's a fellow. I think
Damn,
he's a. I
that's
think.
a violent thought. Eh?
I think he's a fellow Jew, so I can't.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Well, his last name.
Oh, I didn't. That's not what I look for when I'm on YouTube. And
Well, you know what? It is for me. No, but yeah, a teacher will like be like give you ideas and be like go discover, like go explore what I just told you throughout the
Okay.
week. Like they're like planting a seed in your mind.
Yeah.
To be like this is what I want you to discover this week instead of this is what I want you to be able to play next week.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I think that goes a long way. Yeah, like to like help your student kind of like carve their own path.
Yeah.
When I teach too, like I always try to do that. Like obviously,
Singing
like,
is a different thing.
singing is a different thing. Keys is a different thing. Guitar is a different thing. So like depending on the student, I try to like give them certain things. Obviously, fundamentals. It is what it is.
Yeah. You can
gotta
never
learn
practice
that.
enough triads on guitar.
Yeah,
You gotta get those shapes down.
You gotta learn that. Like you have to learn all of those things. But like I always like there was this one kid that I taught piano, and he like I was super proud of him because he started with like not even being able to play the scale to being able to play like a grade 4 piece, like a fucking like he practiced a lot. So I would always like kind of like push him to kind of explore things on his
Yeah.
own. I would like show him like little trinklets of ideas and like I'm like, okay, use the theory you learned and like try to come up with stuff and like bring it back next class. And like for me too, and on the receiving end, like my classical teacher didn't really do that. He
More
was
of like a textbook guy.
He was like, okay, you want to play jazz? You're not gonna play jazz.
Yeah.
You're gonna play classical music. That's what you're.
That's
gonna
what I had it with Rob Bulger in like my last MyOp guitar teacher
Okay.
last year. He was just like defensive every time I asked him to play not jazz, and he's just like I took jazz guitar lessons like off and on with
That's
him
weird coming from a jazz guy though.
before. What?
That's weird coming from a jazz.
Maybe I said
guy,
that
right?
wrong. No, he wants me
Was
to play only jazz.
Only jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird coming from a jazz guy because jazz came up as like
Blues.
a fuck you to like like fucking.
And it was rooted in everything
Yeah,
else. So,
exactly.
I think I do want to talk about this. If you get one thing from me today,
Yeah, go ahead.
fuck jazz. So I took jazz guitar lessons coming.
I'm on the opposing end, but yeah.
Wow.
I think jazz is awesome.
You know, I like listening to it, but I think some people play jazz. Like I was gonna go to Humber Jazz Guitar.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get in, but that's a different story. I also just think it's bullshit. No, but I think some people
go ahead.
go play jazz for them like that. Some people become snobby about it, and it becomes like they're playing for
I
themselves.
don't like that. No.
They're playing
Yeah.
music for themselves. Like it becomes like a ego thing.
Yeah.
and you're supposed to, you're entertainers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You want to be playing for other people.
I'm with you there, 100%.
I had friends that I knew that ended up at Humber for jazz guitar, and they're just like different people now. Like I just like
Like snobby type of thing, like just like
yeah, like I'll see
I'm
them
better than you type of
when
thing.
I post like something me playing like a rock song at a gig on Instagram.
Yeah.
and I see they don't even have to say anything. I just see that they saw my story. I'm like, oh, they're probably like, fuck that. They're probably like, oh, that's not jazz. That's not
your
music.
overthinking
That's not
kicking
music.
in.
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, but you can feel it. You
Of
can
course.
feel the energy.
I mean, I've been there, like where I've like been like, okay, this person probably thinks that like this about me, like all that stuff. But honestly, like you can't control
can't have
anyone's
that.
emotion. You can't control. Everybody's gonna have. This is the thing. Everybody's gonna have an opinion, whether you do a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion. So like, doesn't really matter what anyone thinks,
I think
right?
that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah. For jazz though, this is what I'll say. I think jazz is fucking super useful if you get into it, but apply like obviously in my context,
yeah.
apply it in
what I do.
like
learned-
modern shit that you're doing. Like you can apply jazz theory in fucking rock music. You can,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I've been
soloing
doing that
and all
because
stuff.
I learned like how to play chord tones over each chord.
Yeah.
How many of your viewers are music
Uh,
theory? We're gonna go into it.
yeah, let's
And
go into
I
it.
can see the description now. Evan talks about not liking sex or drugs, but liking rock and roll. If I see
Like
that,
what you like,
you're
bro.
out of here. No, you won't be having me, but no, but I won't be having you on my non-existent podcast.
Bro, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Man, I shouldn't have had that Red Bull. No, um,
This is a San Pellegrino. It's not even Red Bull. There's no caffeine in it.
all right.
I'm pretty sure there's sugar.
What was I
maybe.
saying?
There's sugar.
Yeah, good.
30 grams.
You gotta have the sugar.
Wow.
What was I gonna say?
You're talking about jazz.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
So I take it into like when I'm playing a blues or soloing over a rock song.
Yeah.
I try to like let's say hit a chord like the third every time the chord changes.
nice. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're not just you want to be playing in the song, not over it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be sounding like you can be a good technical guitar player, but not have the phrasing down. And I put a lot of thought into the phrasing because that's just like hours and hours of listening to your heroes, how they do it. My heroes are like John Mayer and Joe Walsh.
Fucking love John Mayer, man.
John Mayer, you probably
Love
like
his
his
playing.
like his acoustic playing a lot.
I love his
I'm
acoustic
more of an
playing.
electric guy.
I love his electric
Yeah.
playing too. Just like soloing and like gravity
The
solo.
way just the way he plays his notes is insane.
like yeah.
And Joe Walsh from the Eagles, like the Hotel California solo is just the coolest thing ever.
yeah.
And
I used to listen to that song over and
Eric
over
Clapton.
as a kid. Clapton's great.
Eric Clapton. I just saw him
Clapton
live. He's
inspired
nuts.
John Mayer, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And Stevie Ray Vaughan, they're all kind of together. Yeah, it's just like how you place notes in the phrasing. Have you ever gone deep into like guitar soloing? Or are you more of a
Yeah,
chorus?
like I like soloing. I've messed around with like obviously I still have to learn quite a bit, but I've messed around with the cage system.
Yeah.
Just like soloing, and I am more intuitive in terms of guitar, just because of how. This is not a shot at any guitarists. I'm just saying, okay?
We'll see, but I'll
Just-
tell you
just-
if it
just
was
saying,
after.
bro. Like, just once you learn the major shape, you can fucking move it anywhere.
Yes,
Right?
that's what I found on
Keys, you
piano.
can't-
On when you're doing musicianship in my app.
Yeah.
I found when I had to like transpose, I was like, I was trying to do the guitar thing of like,
Nope.
it's probably the same in this octave,
Doesn't
and it's
work.
not.
Yeah,
because
it's like different patterns for every
it's-
different key that you're
and
on.
I remember asking our music theory teacher, I was like, so on guitar, there's like voicings called like drop twos, like certain like closed voice, open voice, like that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I was asking if there's systems like that on piano. She's like, no,
No,
not really, because
there's
it's
chord- yeah.
it's different because the black keys and everything.
There's different voicings, yeah, but
So
like
it's definitely more like everyone always says piano is laid out more intuitively.
yeah,
But I think it's harder that way.
yeah.
I think it's physically maybe a bit easier, but intuitively it's harder.
Intuitive, yeah. Like this is what I'll say. I'm glad I learned piano before guitar, and I got into guitar after. Because if it were the other way around, I think I would have a relatively harder time. But this is what I'll say for guitar. I like because I have experimented like on the keys with like the whole pentatonic scales and like going into like different modes and whatever. On guitar, I trust my ears. So
Yeah.
I just like I
It's great.
follow.
Piano's great for the ears.
Yeah, and then I've watched like Mayer play. I've watched like these like really good guitar like what's the what's okay. He was a blues guitarist. He passed away, but
B.B. King?
BB King.
Yeah.
I've seen him play. Like I've watched multiple.
He's very good. It's what you can do with the least amount of notes.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's something I try to like emulate, and like I would learn like solos like for
That's
a
yeah,
bit.
that's how you do it. Yeah.
And then I would do like those blues tracks with improv.
Yeah.
I would run those 12-bar blues, just like play over.
It's the most fun ever. I can do that for
I love
hours. Like,
doing
literally
that.
hours.
Yeah, I would do that so many. Yeah, like when you first start doing it, you get obsessive and you're just like doing it for like hours on end. Yeah, like obviously I have to learn still, which I probably should, but I'm also busy. But there's no excuse to not
Well,
learn.
you found your own thing. Like you you.
I
have your-
love learning. Like that's the thing. Like I recently, while I was teaching like classical stuff, I was like, okay, what about like I didn't. Classical's good, but like wasn't. I was out of it like for so long. So
Yeah.
I like kind of saw it come back, and I was like, okay, maybe I want to do this. Like I get random like sparks of like interests, so I just like explore them for a bit, and then like go back to like some other shit that
Yeah.
I'm doing. But yeah, like no, soloing is fucking awesome. I love. I did like this 75 tune for the live session
Yeah.
where like it wasn't really soloing. It's
She's
just, like,
American.
yeah,
Yeah.
We did like the whole rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
There.
Which Brent knew from Ensemble already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, like it's fun, and I've learned definitely a lot of stuff from Brent in terms of soloing too. Like he's shown me like some tricks and stuff.
Brent, this guy, we were at band rehearsal. This isn't a specific example. It just happens all the time. He'll be like, we'll be like trying to flesh out an arrangement. He'll be silent the whole rehearsal and just killing his bass parts. And he'll be like, guys, I think we should do it this way. And it's just always the right way to do it. That's my Brent impression. It's great. I don't do many impressions, but Brent, I've been around him for 3 years. It's great.
This is how Brent like says, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not make fun of Brent because he's a wizard on the guitar, but
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying that's how Brent is.
I think it's sometimes the quieter people that are the like silent but deadly. You know what I mean?
Sick, man.
We're talking about a person, not a fart.
No.
but Brent is great. I know a lot of people like that. Often soundmen at venues, not you, but like Horseshoe and I was playing at the Piston. And those are the two that come to mind. And like sound people can be like very shut off. You were great at it. Well, we knew each other, but
yeah,
I can see you not being like this. It's very like shut off immediately.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, I mean, at first. But when you start talking about like their language, like when you start like
compression.
What I usually do is like I say we just graduated college, not to flex, but like
yeah.
But to like just like
not to flex,
not to flex, but I did do music now. But just because like they want to know they can talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And then it's usually like a diffuser. But I have other ways to diffuse awkwardness. But that
what are the?
I have a good line. I have some good lines. Sometimes I'll go up to someone that I know but I haven't seen for a while. Like they to the point where like they definitely know my name.
Yeah.
I'll go up to him and be like, "Hi, I'm Evan." Like, just like introduce yourself like you've never met before. It's always fun. Another one is I was shaking hands. I was meeting a band that came into one of my shows at one of the shows that I planned at Horseshoe last May.
Yeah.
And there's 5 of them, and they all pulled up in the same car, and I was like, I shook each of their hands just because that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And I said my name to each of them because like, but they all heard, right?
I'm Evan. Hey.
And then then it was like, oh, this kid's stupid. We're stupid. This is great. I'm still Evan at the end of the line.
Fair.
It's like you have to like read people. That's a big part of music.
Yeah.
I think
reading the room
for producing. Do you know Tim Pierce?
No.
He's a session guitar player in LA, but he has a setup like this, and what
like
he does
this?
Way more.
Okay, of course.
Maybe intense because there's guitar amps and everything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he'll do a lot of sessions at his house, but he'll sit. He'll have his setup, and then he'll have a mirrored setup on the other side.
Okay.
And he'll have the person he's playing a guitar part for on the other side. So when he's playing his guitar part, he can read their expression to see if he likes what they're doing.
Oh, nice.
But if they like what he's doing, what I mean. So he can be like, because people will talk with their face a lot. Yeah. Without even saying anything, without even noticing.
I think that goes for like every interaction, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like when you're talking to someone, like reading body language, and like, are you done with that? Do you want a refill?
No, it's good. I don't
Are
need
you
more
sure?
sugar. I don't need more sugar. There's still more in there.
Yeah, let me know if you need. I got you.
Thank you. Good host. Look at that. You should check out Tim Pierce on YouTube. He's really good.
Yeah, here. Let's look at Tim
Pierce. Oh, we have the Joe Rogan setup. We have to
Jamie, pull up some help.
Do you have a vape? I can do the Elon Musk.
Tim Pierce. What should I look for?
You know what? Just look at his any video. You can see his setup.
Guitar. Okay. Any video? Well, like.
Well, it's not called any video. I don't know. Just pick that. Why not?
Okay.
Where your shipping address?
All right. We're gonna skip the ad, obviously, because.
See, like.
A lot of guitar players.
So, like, well, this is a bad example.
You said any video.
Wait, fast forward a bit. No, he's outside now.
What is happening, bro?
What is happening right now?
So the story is this.
This is a brutal idea. Here, so look at this.
Okay.
So he has like he calls it his cockpit.
Uh huh.
So like were
Nice.
pretty much hit like this setup. Like his
Yeah.
camera would be on top of his screen. So
Yep.
he has his studio tour, but we'll not go through it. But like, and then like on this side, like it would be like here.
Oh my god, he has a fucking whole set of Neves in there. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he has all that because he was like he's played on records like for everyone,
Nice.
like Michael Jackson and everything.
Fuck yeah.
Like that's the big one. But he would talk about like just like the mental part of being a musician is what I'm trying to
Uh-huh.
say. And another one is Tom Bukovac.
Tom Bukovac.
He has a show called Homeschooling. And he started during the pandemic, but it really caught on. And he goes into more like specific guitar stuff, but he'll talk about just being a session musician and being like. I've learned actually a lot from him. Not like guitar playing wise, but because it's a different style. But it's like a lot of like just like what it takes to mentally to be a musician. Because you're just gonna like being a musician, you're just gonna encounter a lot of poo, just a lot of shit.
Lots of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, just and that's why I feel like I'm lucky that I can find humor in some stuff.
Yeah.
Because if not, like, what the fuck? Like, you're not gonna do well in music if you
Fair.
can't just like make a joke.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I think it's like meeting your own people too, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you meet the people that you just naturally like, you don't have to try, and it just naturally works. It
Yeah.
works. Like it's great. Like in terms of the people that I've worked with, like for me, it's just like it's naturally worked, and that's who I've like kind of asked to collaborate and stuff. Like it's just like I don't really like try to force a thing, and if it's not there, it's not there. Like it's whatever. Like
Yeah.
like I'll continue working my own way, and like there's folks that you're gonna come across that is just like vibe, and I think that's like the best way to like deal with musicians, right? Like it's like because music is so diverse and like it's so subjective. You're gonna find people that love the stuff that you do. You're gonna find people that absolutely are repelled by the stuff that you do.
Repelled.
Repelled.
Like the two magnets that aren't supposed to go together.
Like
Then that's never gonna work. Like
so like it's just like finding your own people, I think, and like just surrounding yourself with that kind of stuff.
And I think like musicians automatically have a connection with other musicians. Like depending on genre. Like we're like let's say like you meet a live gigging metal musician. I've been on shows where like randomly you just get put on with a metal band. It's always annoying because it's loud, but whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just like
You don't like loud stuff, I'm assuming.
I don't know. Like
What's the loudest thing that you like listening?
I used to not like playing loud on stage. But you were at Horseshoe last week. We rocked out. We rocked out a bit.
Yeah. It's loud
That's because we brought in Elijah, who's a motherfucker on guitar.
Yeah.
He's very good. Yeah, he's the best guitar player I know, but he's very good, and he kind of just naturally brought up the rock level of it.
Okay.
Just because his like personality and how he plays.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't know. I think dynamics in a band is so important.
Super important.
You got to know when to like how many loud songs to play in a row before you bring it down to acoustic.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. Like dynamic, like lots of bands, like loud bands, that don't really have dynamics.
One of my I can name so many. One of my earliest music memories was I went to go see a Queen like cover band, and when I say cover band, I don't mean just being cover band. I mean like they were dressed up as Queen.
Oh,
one of like the lookalike things.
Oh, right, okay.
It was in Oshawa.
Damn.
And it was like one of like the world's premier Freddie
ordeal.
Mercury impersonators, like that kind of thing.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I just remember it was my first rock concert, and I just remember it being being so loud, and I obviously be used to it now, but I think I just remember like I was like 7, being like, Mom, why is it so loud all the time? like she's like, it'll probably be a soft song soon. So like that always like stuck with me.
Yeah.
When I'm putting set lists together, like that was so long ago, but it still sticks with me. Like, okay, people are gonna want a soft song after this song. It's just like one of those things that your mom says to you. It just sticks with you.
Fair. Yeah. I understand that.
And she's not a musician. She just understands like.
Yeah. Just a person on the receiving end of the music, right?
Yeah.
And I think
people. Before I lose my thought.
No.
I think
Go ahead.
I think so many people appreciate audio quality or sound, or how tight a band is, more than we think they do. Like we're like
they feel it. They don't really know it, but
Yeah,
they feel
like,
it.
on it's easy to be a musician and fall into the trap of like, okay, only the musicians in the audience are gonna know if we fuck up. This is don't think about this too much because you'll get scared.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people will realize if a band is like, if like one guitar player thinks we're about to play one chord and the other like, you know,
Yeah.
it's so obvious. And
Yeah.
you don't have to be a musician to notice that if you're off beat. Like
Yeah.
timing is
true.
so important.
Yeah, timing, like getting the fundamentals tight. Like I think that goes without saying, right? Just getting all the fundamentals out the way, and then eventually, as you practice more and more, your band develops like a whole like dynamic where you're
Yeah.
just like it's just comfortable. Everybody kind of is able to read off of each other. You just do a head nod and you know what section you're on,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. Yeah, I think those are like the very basic things you need to get out of the way. But yeah, like on the in terms of the audience, like just being like just noticing those little things about how they react and like what their opinions. That this is why I would when I would like make people listen to the songs that I've made, I would always like trust their first reaction.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you mean
even-
make? Like force them? Like you're gonna
like,
listen to this song right now.
Not make as in like I would make my sister listen to stuff.
Okay, that's fair.
But like yeah, like
Oh.
if no, don't worry. If that's a common thing that happens.
Put compression on that to get rid of that.
Don't worry,
You know,
it's
high pass
fine.
it.
Fine.
Sample it is what you're gonna do. That's a snare sample right there. I'll do it again.
Oh my god. No, but just like if people would ask to listen to my music, and it's like unreleased or something, I always trust their first reaction, and then whatever the fuck they say after, I'm like, huh, okay, cool. But like it's always the facial expressions or like noticing how they react during changes of sections and like all those things, and like based on that, I just go forward. But
Yeah.
again, music's subjective, so like it'll vibe with someone, it'll not vibe with someone. So
I think
it's
just like the main point of it is that you find your people in your band
Find
who's
your
gonna,
audience,
who
find
you
your
know
people.
you reach out to bring out to your shows.
yeah,
I remember I threw a fundraiser in July, and that was the first time we had people like my band had people that were there for us dancing up against the stage,
nice.
and like when you audibly hear people, it was the covers, but when you audibly hear people singing along with you, even if it's not a song you wrote, it's just like the coolest feeling.
Yep.
Like you can't like ever not want to play live again after that feeling.
Yeah,
You just
I know.
you want it, that feeling.
yeah. Sense of community.
I will.
Right? It just brings like
back to the MyApp thing.
Uh-huh.
I think the Transact shows, towards the end, it kind of got redundant because like, we were all gigging on our own anyways. I remember the first MyApp Transact show, everyone was like, oh, this is our first gig ever. This is fucking badass.
Yeah.
But towards the end, we've all played our own separate gigs.
Yeah.
So like that kind of seemed like a downgrade because everyone's there to see their own kid.
Yeah.
So no one like cares. Like, no one like gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's just like a weird
It's just a
vibe.
school thing, so like it doesn't really. I don't know.
It's not like I would feel bad for people that like that's their only live thing so far because
Yeah.
it's not. I don't
That's
even
not how
consider
it
it. I don't
is.
even consider it playing live. Like it's you're live.
Yeah.
You're meshing with the people on stage, but you need that connection with the people that like. Because you know, like the people that are there for only their kids aren't even giving you a chance.
Yeah.
If you see a band and your kid's not in it, you're like, oh,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a school thing, right? So like you
school.
can't really.
It's a function.
Yeah,
it's a
like
recital.
yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's called to anyway.
It's a glorified recital. No, it's called
It
Maya
just-
Palooza. Get it right, Ronnie.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! I would cringe at those names, but you know,
You know, I made
like-
those names. Jesse gave me the password. I don't have it.
Password?
He changes it, but he gave me like I ran the MyApp Instagram for a while, like the MyApp official. I think Shema did it for a while too.
Yeah.
It was fun. He changed the password on me when I was done. So I tried to get in one day just to see what was up, and it said one of these came across. No, but it just didn't let me in. So
Just didn't let you in. Yeah, man. That's an interesting. That program was like. I think just in personal.
everyone says the same
experience,
thing about music school.
I think just best things that come out
Connections.
is connections, bro. Like nothing else.
everyone says the same thing, and I agree.
Yeah, it's nothing else. Like everything else can be learned.
I mean, I didn't learn how to sing there, but I was pushed to learn to sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I feel like MyApp went too surface level into everything.
Yeah,
I
everything
remember,
surface.
I like Jesse, at least for the first 2 years. But hi Jesse. You should come to one of my band shows.
Oh my god.
No, but all right, forget that there's a camera. Um, but how do you release these? Only on YouTube, or is it on
It's
Spotify?
everywhere, dude.
Spotify?
Podcast, Spotify.
No way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on Spotify.
Yeah.
I have music on Spotify, but I'm gonna be on Spotify again. No way.
Yeah, you're gonna be on Spotify.
That's
don't worry.
epic. So people can listen to this like in their car.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. They could drive and just be like listening to two folks talk about music and
Hi-
ADHD conversation.
Hi everyone, in
Yeah.
your car.
They're listening.
It's just a big social comment on ADHD.
Dude, I mean, like, I'm literally, like, I have, like, those most random thoughts
Yeah, but you don't say them
all the time. This is a weird thing. If I'm really, really comfortable... Okay, the people that I've been really, really close with, like, if I'm really comfortable
Yeah.
and, like, whatever, they're gonna see my fucking crazy ADHD-esque. There's, like, things that I throw sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, man. People. That's the thing. It takes time for me to warm up, like generally too.
Yeah.
So like I can control or filter my thoughts, I guess, in a way, or just poker face. But as I get more comfy or as I get more drunk,
I wanted to. What you just said was caught my ear because I always find it not funny when, like, let's say like a news anchor gets fired for like getting canceled for like saying like homophobe or anything, right? Like,
Yeah.
I love how they always go. The first thought is, I don't know where that came from. That wasn't me.
yeah. Sorry, it wasn't me.
You
Yeah.
certainly did it very easily. Like it came right out of your mouth.
Did you see that one video of that one guy that would consistently laugh at someone, a disabled guy or something?
You know what?
Dude,
Can't
that
wait to see
was
it.
so
But, like, they're always like, you know what? That wasn't me. That was a slip. But like, you seem to not think about it before you said it. So if I did something like if I ever got on the news and it was like a sportscaster or something, and I slipped, I would like slipped and said something bad. I would immediately go, "Where the fuck did that come from?" you have to act surprised at yourself.
You've seen the pig one though, right?
Oh, I've seen all of them, man.
Oh, of course. But this one, dude, this one is so fucking funny, man. Like, obviously not funny that the guy is like, you know, in the situation that he is, but
Yeah. You have to feel bad for these people because they're so jaded.
man, like it's Jesus Christ. It's a Russian thing, eh? Medical failures. Medical failures.
Is er precies gebeurd bij jou, Marek?
Ik ben opgenomen voor een goeddadig spel. Ik ben geopereerd en mijn humeur is geraakt.
We komen zo dadelijk bij jou terug. Van Leer, jij ging...
Oh, his voice is fucked, I remember.
Eenvoudige behandeling.
What are we watching?
Just watch.
Ja, wat was dat precies? Excuseer.
Ik heb dus enorm veel last van keelontstekingen. En dat had blijkbaar te maken met mijn amandelen.
Met uw amandelen.
En mijn dokter...
So this is like the interview guy.
This is the interview guy. And his fucking tonsils are fucked.
Marijke,
Looks like his balls were cut off, bro. Like,
Sounds like it.
kom je uit narcose en dan merk je dat het leven niet meer hetzelfde zal zijn. Hoe reageer je daarop?
Ja, eerst met heel veel ongeloof.
so I'm gonna skip to the part. Okay, there we go.
There
He's
you go.
already going.
Omdat het was bij mij...
Wow. This might be the most uncomfortable thing I've ever
It's
seen.
so hard, right? Like, look at the
What the fuck?
so fucking. Like, what do you do? No one's laughing. This guy's like smirking in the back, but
Dus je probeert dan...
he's trying so hard, dude.
It's like an SNL bit, but it's not. What the fuck?
Excuseer. Allee, sorry, echt. Sorry. Excuseer, dames en heren.
Did you get fired for this?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Dat bijvoorbeeld
Sexuality is now a big problem.
ook een groot probleem bijvoorbeeld wordt.
Ja, mijn vriend heeft het gewoon
It sounds.
nagemaakt.
This doesn't sound Russian. This sounds German.
Yeah.
Als je
He's- You know what? You've introduced me to a. You've introduced me to a corner of YouTube I've never seen before. Have you ever seen the inappropriate laugh track thing, or the taking out the? So you know the show Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, yeah. I've
So
heard of it.
like, I saw a version of it where they take out the laugh track.
Oh, you know what I've been seeing recently, dude? They made Friends. They took out all the laugh tracks from Friends,
Yeah.
and then they made it creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
this
saw
big,
those.
so this Big Bang Theory one is like when they take out the laugh track, they just sound like they're being really rude to each other, and it's just like really awkward pauses because they record that in front of a live audience, so they don't talk over the laughing. So,
Yeah.
and also inappropriate laugh track, so it's like a really sad scene. Like someone
my
dies and they put in a
God.
laugh track. Like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's there's some people have too much time on their hands.
But you know what? Like, so many people make money off of that too, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's
Like
like,
editing other people's videos.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
repurposing or recycling content.
Yeah.
There's like so much fucking money to be made. Like, there's like this whole thing about like making passive income on YouTube off of those sleeping videos of like people the meditation
like
faceless
or like
meditation
or like raining or like
Yeah,
raining
yeah.
in an apartment in New York City.
Yeah.
And you know I've been falling asleep with those recently, so I can't talk too. I love those.
You know what?
I just don't like
some
how
of
much
those
light they
fuckers
put
do?
off. If they were a bit dimmer,
Yeah,
then
I
I'd
know.
fall asleep easier.
We'll
But the
turn-
sounds are my favorite.
Yeah, they're good, but some fuckers, you know
You were
what?
gonna say dim your TV. You think I know how to do that? I knew you were gonna say.
I was just gonna say turn down the brightness. I'm pretty sure you can, but I don't know. Like it's preference too.
I'm not a technology person, so
Like it's just like this. That's it.
well, okay. My TV's on an iPad.
Fair. I mean, oh, you put it on a TV.
Yeah, I probably should do it on my phone, but
Yeah, I usually put it on my iPad. That's why.
that's smarter. I shouldn't be watching TV before I go to bed.
Yeah, like
I noticed you have a massive TV back here.
yeah, the TV. Yeah, I mean, I have a PS5 there, so like
Do you have cable? Or
I don't.
That's
I,
fuck cable. You don't need cable.
I hardly like watch like TV per se. Like I just like use it to game sometimes. Like spend like 10-20 minutes, which
Yeah.
is like the game is only like FIFA. That's all I play.
FIFA. You should play Campbell in FIFA.
Camp One FIFA.
Campbell.
Oh, true. I've heard he's into FIFA, but
For me, just now.
no. Before somewhere.
I think he might. Yeah.
I forget where.
I
Exactly.
used to be good at Xbox. I'm kind of shit at it now. But
I had Red Dead, which I played, which was great.
what's that, like a cow?
Yeah, that's a cowboy.
Yeah.
Like Arthur Morgan. Like that's a great game. Like the graphics, everything, story too. Like I love a good game with a good story. That's like a really important thing. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, like the passive thing.
Yeah.
For like these long videos, there are some creators that like fuck with their audience. So what they do is like they'll have like a long like 2-hour thing, and then in the middle of the 2 hours they're gonna insert some screaming.
Yeah.
So like it'll wake up just fucked. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Now you're giving me trust issues. I'm never gonna watch one of those again. It's like that old video of like the people driving down a highway.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking
Which-
about?
which
It's like
one?
one of those like pop up scares. You're like
No.
call someone in the room and you're just like watch this orange dot on the screen for no reason, and then like
the
some
fuck?
ghost pops up.
Whoa.
It's just like-
like I've seen like those YouTube prank shows where
Yeah.
like they would like stop the car and like,
Yeah.
it was like a 8 clown or some shit like
or
that.
what was or like the ones that's like I remember getting so scared of this as a little kid.
Do you like horror stuff?
No.
I hate it too. My
It's-
sister is so big into that.
Like I cannot like when I watch a movie, I don't watch many movies. Music kind of like is like my whole life, but
Yeah.
like music. I mean, movies is like
you're so into music.
I have and movies. No, I know what I like for movies. Like I'll rarely like movies. It's like a comfort thing. Like if I'm not in a good mood or something,
Okay.
I'll turn on a movie that I know I like.
Fair.
Like, what are your favorite movies, Ronnie?
Do you rewatch movies like
I do. Yeah.
like a lot?
or I'll rewatch like some episodes of The Office or Seinfeld.
Okay. My favorite movie, Interstellar. I really like Interstellar.
Matt Damon. Oh no, that's Martian. That's the Martian.
What does everybody think is?
That's the Martian.
You know what's funny? I told Selena this, and she was like Martian. She thought I was talking about Martian.
Well, yeah, because
It's weird.
it's the other famous space
I
movie.
love like astrophysics, like stuff, like
Yeah.
movies that deal with like stars and all of that stuff. I
Yeah.
love like I if I wasn't doing music, I thought I would be an astronaut and I would go to the moon as a kid. Like those like amazing.
You know they're done doing that, so
I know.
you're literally aspiring towards
I
that.
was okay. If you had $100,000 though, like, would you buy the ticket to go to Mars?
No, I'd buy it to go see the Titanic.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Too soon? That too?
Oh my god.
That too
Yeah,
soon?
that was so that thing.
Oh, I see that clip.
So
Oh, that's the clip you're gonna
stupid.
post to this podcast on Instagram. I know. It.
Probably. Maybe I should do it. Yeah, you're right.
I already know
That's
it.
That's a good idea. Obviously with the premise that you're cool with it. I mean, this is gonna be up anyways.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with this. You know,
Okay, beautiful.
I haven't said anything yet that I'm gonna be like, this is gonna get me
Pause.
canceled.
Yeah. But obviously, like I'll take shit out. Like if somebody doesn't wanna, you know.
No, you know what?
But
Don't
yeah.
edit this. Put it up tonight.
no, but that whole ordeal was fucking stupid as fuck. Like
I don't understand. And
Like-
there's the comments on Instagram. There's so many different views people had, which I find interesting.
yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, they pay to do it, so you can't feel bad." But like, there's still people's family.
Yeah.
And the other one, big one, was like,
Also, really stupid. They like you know how fucking pressure works, like basic knowledge, and then you're making that fucking thing with different fucking content. Like you're making the surface like stuff with different fucking like you're putting like different
Yeah.
stuff. Like
but I liked.
it's not like
I
one
didn't like it.
compact thing.
What I mean is, I was kind of confused at why people thought. Like, I feel like most people knew the minute they didn't know where it was. Like, it was
Yeah,
done.
they're dead. Yeah.
But they waited for like the amount of hours that like they
Yeah.
could have theoretically survived.
Yeah.
Like with how much
Stupid.
air was on the thing.
It's so
But it's just like
stupid.
no, if the thing imploded, they're gone.
Yeah, it's like let me see, like what was it called? Titanic.
Ocean Gate.
Ocean Gate. Ocean Gate
Isn't
materials used. See, like the materials that they use, dude. Like it's
I saw this meme.
It's carbon fiber and titanium. Like they're using two different fucking metals. Like just two different fucking things. Like you don't no submarine does that. Like
I saw this meme. It was like, you know, the pool in the Titanic is still filled with water. It's like yeah, obviously.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's still filled because you know.
Yeah, of course. I know.
Do I have to explain this to you, Ronnie?
Of course I know, but yeah, that's stupid.
Get it? Because the Titanic sunk.
The thing.
Do you
with-
like the movie Titanic, like the actual movie,
when as a kid I
the James
cried.
Cameron one?
Yeah, like I cried as a kid when I saw it for the first time, but
Yeah, Leo
after
Leo
that-
Leo just has that effect on you.
yeah, just the whole I don't know, man. There's the whole like ordeal. My mom and I cried when we watched it for the first time, but like after when it would come again, like I would.
Here's a movie for you to watch. Johnny Cash, I Walked the Line. It's like a documentary, but it's like a biopic.
Johnny Cash
With
I
Joaquin
Walk the
Phoenix?
Line. Okay.
It's very good.
About-
It's kind of like, you know, there's like, you know, the Elvis movie and the Queen movie with Rami Malek, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but like it's from 2006, and it's just so good. 2008
Walk the
maybe.
Line.
Yeah, it's so good.
Nice.
It's just like the way he puts on the voice and everything. Like I'm pretty sure he does all the vocals.
Oh,
I think
wow,
in the
the ADR
Queen,
and everything?
I think in the Queen film, what's his Rami Malek?
Rami Malek.
I think they somehow like mixed his voice with Freddie's. Like it wasn't fully him singing, right?
Oh.
I know Austin Butler as Elvis, that was his voice.
True.
But I think Rami, they kind of mixed, like they kind of AI kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, like now you can fucking
Do whatever you want.
whatever you want, right? With the whole AI thing.
Yeah, so I think they kind of like may have mixed it a bit, but I think Joaquin Phoenix did it himself, and it's not like as close, but like it's pretty cool.
That's
His
so
mannerisms
crazy,
are all
though.
there.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
like the whole AI. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, man,
AI's like
insane. Like now you don't even have to translate your podcasts, man. Like Spotify is rolling out a beta program where
I saw that.
it'll translate shit automatically.
Do you want to do the rest of this in what?
the fuck? Like,
What language do you want to
mean,
continue in?
I mean, this is fine. Like, it'll just do it. That's so cool. Like, at the same time, I don't know. Like, I'm like, the AI is dope, but I don't know. Like there's certain things that are
Soon they're
sketchy
gonna come
about
out
it.
with a guitar that like you touch it and it sounds like you're Eric Clapton. You remember like a few years. You remember a few years ago Gibson came up with like a self-tuning guitar, and just completely it put them out of
Whoa.
business. Like it was a huge flop. Like there was like a thing on the back of the headstock.
fuck?
You press a button and like I want it in this
Tunes
tuning.
it?
And
Wow.
but some people like the early adopters of it on tours were like, it would just like the minute you hit it, it would just like fuck up, and like, you
Oh.
can't have that on stage in front of thousands of people.
Mm.
So that flopped, and that was one of the big reasons they filed for bankruptcy.
Gibson is out of business?
It was a few years ago. They're back now, but
Oh,
a few
wow.
things that just like don't need technology.
There's certain things that like I think it's obviously with new tech there's always gonna be like a a backlash, I guess, like
Yeah.
oh this is fucked, like but like that's how it was when the whole fucking horses stopped fucking being the primary mode of transportation or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Carrier pigeon.
But but like I don't know, like it's also like scary if you let it take over, like who gets paid, like all of this. I don't have the answers, but like it's kind of like out in the what's the phrasing, I don't even know, like it's out for people to fucking
I don't know what you're trying
like,
to say.
figure out. I don't know, it's just like it's with AI, like I think it's a tool. It's how you use it. That's
Or
that's
where you don't use it.
where you don't use it, and like just determining how to incorporate that in society, and like who decides that. I think it's the people, also the government.
Yeah.
And like
So what do you like? Going back to just the interview or whatever. What do you like?
Movies?
No.
No, go ahead.
What do you like? What do you?
You said what do you like 10 times.
What do you? I have more. I'm gonna do the ums now. What's like three things about each one of your guests you would want to know?
Three
Helping
things.
with your podcast. Like you should start. I remember for the journalism class in my app,
Mm-hmm.
I had to interview one of my old guitar teachers. I picked it,
Yeah.
and I picked like I did like a fast 5 questions, and I think that would be cool for your podcast. I'm like giving you
Three
notes now.
things.
Like come up with like 3 questions that you ask. Like if it's a musician, ask them like 3.
I mean,
things.
I already asked you questions.
You did.
I go
But
on
more than
about
more than
asking
3.
questions just based off of just the natural back and forth that I have. That's what I like about this kind of model. Is like
Yeah.
I don't really like to have
Strict.
a strict structure, because that kind of like puts up a wall. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
So like I
Feels
just-
like you're taking notes or something.
yeah, I don't like that. There are podcasts that do that, like, oh, like we have this guest, we're gonna talk about this
Yeah.
stuff. Like that's great.
You want it
like,
to be a chat with Ronnie.
yeah, like
conversate. What is it
yeah,
called?
I just wanted it to be like a conversation.
What's this called?
Conversations.
Conversation. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I would just want it to be a natural flowing conversation, and like without any fucking filters or whatever. Just like how it is what like sometimes
Yeah.
shit might be awkward, sometimes shit might be really comfortable, and that's like how it is, like life.
Like
That's how
life.
That's how I look at
I
it.
think that might be a good place to end.
That's a good place to end.
Yeah, it's just the shortest one you've ever done, or what?
No, I mean, let me see.
How long
What-
was that?
That's we're nearing about an hour 30.
You know what? Perfect.
Okay.
You know what?
Perfect.
You said if we.
Dude, like you see that? Yeah, look, you see the marker over there?
Yeah.
That's that says possible end.
We don't. I can't do that much longer. No,
That's
I'm
fine.
joking. You got to start paying now.
Dude, like literally, there's no like pressure.
I think. You know, maybe we should end because it's getting a little dry.
No, you're just dude. Like it's just man. Like it. Look,
I'm joking, by the way.
yeah,
I'm being
yeah,
evident.
I know.
But
I'm just saying, like shit. Like it's just you just flow it.
Yeah,
Just
I think
Whatever
you
flows.
do a great job. I think you need a certain personality to do this.
yeah.
I think I would be a better guest like I'm doing now than a host because I would be doing what I'm doing now, but asking too many questions.
I think asking questions is good, but like it's also like letting the other person talk. Sometimes I struggle with it.
Yeah.
Because I have like train of thoughts that come, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk.
Are you a big Joe Rogan experience listener?
I love Joe Rogan. Yeah, Joe Rogan's fucking
You
awesome.
think he's a good interviewer?
I think
He's always baked out of his mind.
He's always tripping out. I think he's a very interesting guy. very introspective.
I think it's hard to
Um,
pull off the interview, but people know you have strong opinions.
Yeah,
Because like he's famous for like knowing what he likes and voicing it.
yeah. He's not gonna.
So I
take
feel like there must
shit.
be something about going on in his show, like knowing not to say certain things
Yeah,
or doing it. I don't know.
but there are some folks that go radical. That they go
That-
on the
yeah.
other side,
And he might do that to get views on purpose. I don't
Yeah.
think he would worry about views at this point, but
I don't think. Yeah, like with the whole like $200 million. What was it? $200 million deal with Spotify or something? Like an exclusive thing.
yeah.
But I think like he started with just like just doing it for like just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I think.
Are you a
Which
big
is-
YouTube watcher or
YouTube.
yeah.
This is the thing. I'll watch YouTube when I'm eating. Like
Yeah, same.
when I'm eating, I need like something to watch. Like,
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like
You can't do too much of it, but like
I like Johnny Harris. Do you know Johnny Harris?
no,
He's
I'm a good Red and Link guy.
Red-
Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, okay.
Red and Link.
Red
We don't have
Link?
to watch it, but
No, I'm curious.
it's like they're like the original kind of like
Oh, one of my friends was so into them.
I've been watching them for a
Like
while.
Good Mythical Morning? Or-
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like then the Red and Link, the guys, and it's just like so entertaining. I watch it every morning. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude.
I don't like enjoy it as much anymore, but it's kind of like I've been watching them since like middle school, so it's
They
like
do
it's
like live stuff too, right? They do
Yeah.
like live shows too, right?
every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Red's a musician. He has his own album.
Damn.
I'm like plugging a thing. I mean, I'm not involved in. Listen to Red's album. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no. I've seen like they did this thing with Madison Beer.
Yeah, they did. They
Like
tried
the
disgusting
fucking-
food. Yeah,
Tried disgusting food. I saw that on IG.
their favorite thing. Their famous thing is like Willet. So they'll do like Willet ice cream sandwich, and they'll do like sandwich ice cream between two crayons and like eat it. Like
Between two like actual crayons?
Yeah, like they'll do shit like that.
What the fuck?
It's like Willet, and they have to decide if it will like Willet ice cream sandwich or like
Oh
Willet
my
taco.
God. What's the other show with
Smosh.
not Smosh, but those guys that would like was it Impractical Jokers?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite shit ever.
Oh dude,
so funny.
those are funny, man.
That's just the funniest premise.
those are how
ever.
jokes should be.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I've seen like some prank shows, man, that are like just like mean, like
Yeah.
straight out fucking mean.
You need to like yeah, it's just like confuse the shit out of people, but don't like offend people.
Yeah, I like my best prank that I saw on YouTube was this one shampoo thing, and this guy would just go up to like people that are at the beach and taking like those showers.
Oh yeah,
And just fucking.
and then come up behind them and put more shampoo in there. Like what the
oh my
fuck?
god,
So
Dude,
funny.
there's a clip of like this one like this like, guy's like huge.
It's like the
right?
never-ending shampoo prank.
Yeah, yeah. And this guy
So
is
funny.
so fucking mad. Like he's so pissed. By the end of it, like oh my god, he's like jacked.
Yeah.
He's like big, and like he's like fucking losing it. Like hold on, let me show you this video. Fucking ads. Here.
Yeah, some people go wild with these pranks.
Like the music too. Hold on. Where's this? I think it's here. Yep.
There's so much shampoo.
Like I can't believe that someone outside in public will like literally do that shit.
That's crazy. He's still going.
Like imagine having an outburst like this
At a
in
beach.
public. Like who are trying to fight, bro? Like it's like going Super Saiyan mode. Oh my god. It's so fucking dumb.
He's like so jacked too.
He's like, and these girls are freaking out.
I
but-
think a lot of people would see this shit and be like, I would know immediately that someone's playing it. But like, I feel like in the moment you wouldn't
just
think
a guitar laying there, like weird.
in your of course you noticed it. No. I feel like people would be like, "Oh, I immediately would know," but like, in that moment, no, you wouldn't.
No,
There's no way.
no.
I remember seeing this. I love when pranks go like way too far, like stealing art from a gallery prank. That's not a prank. You're literally doing
You're
it.
stealing it.
I've seen that. It's like you're literally.
Stealing art from a
There's nothing
gallery?
that's making this a prank. You literally just dressed up in a robber outfit and just stole
What?
art from this gallery. Like,
Oh my god. Who the fuck would do that?
I don't know. It's just like,
Oh
like
my God.
art gallery heist prank or something.
Jesus. Legally too?
They're like, it's just a prank, bro. It's like,
Yeah, like I hate the fact that like the pranks would start with like innocent shit initially, and
Yeah.
then like once you were able to figure out like there's a monetary incentive, like people just started to do the most obnoxious.
oh, monetary.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just
Yeah,
fucking just going crazy.
Let's
Like,
do whatever it takes for clickbait.
exactly.
That's the most annoying thing ever. Clickbait.
yeah, the clickbait
Um,
shit. Like I don't know.
Clickbait's the worst, but I think I understand why people do it. If that's your job,
Yeah, I mean
and you want to know, you want people to watch.
capitalism.
But I do think it's annoying.
Yeah, of course. Like
I think it's all about the thumbnail.
yeah, it's the thumbnail, and then yeah, obviously like the Mr. Beast. Do you watch Mr. Beast at
I
all?
know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like big on like
He's like
this
the biggest.
guy
He's like PewDiePie level of
yeah.
PewDiePie or whatever.
Yeah. No, like he was like as a kid, like he was obsessed with the idea of like making YouTube videos go viral. that
I
he
like
would,
how he
sit-
uses it. He helps other people now, though.
Yeah, he helps everyone.
He gives a lot of money. out.
yeah.
Or David Dobrik giving his friends cars.
Yeah. I've seen that stuff too. I don't really watch David Dobrik like that.
Me neither. I think he's past his day, but he's so
But-
washed up.
But I know that Mr. Beast would like just sit down and like just literally like obsess over the idea of like how to make like videos go viral.
Mhm.
He would like spend apparently like a lot of his time like
Yeah.
he would like just fucking decipher everything. I think like to be that successful, I think you have to be a little obsessive over certain things.
Yeah.
Um
You have to like just not have a like. It's always smart to have a backup plan, but don't think about like go for plan A.
That's funny you said that because he was talking about that. He said like I did not like I purposely gave myself no backup plan.
You have to believe
like-
what you're doing is what you're gonna end up doing.
yeah.
To
And
fully
that's
pursue
just, like-
something, you have to be like, this is how I'm gonna make it.
Did you have a backup plan ever? Like
No.
no. You were just like fucking. I'm gonna go into it.
Magic now. But what a callback. But
Oh God.
no, but it became obvious in high school that I wasn't gonna be like a scientist, anything like I was talking about earlier.
Uh huh.
So music is like maybe acting. I was into theater in high school, not singing, but just like acting. I was Charlie Brown in the play, which is exciting.
Ooh. Question. Then, are you into musicals?
No,
Okay.
we did a non-musical theater
Okay,
version
fair.
of all these plays,
Fair. All right.
and I just always love. Always comes back to the performing. I just love having not like an ego. I love when people clap for me. No, it's like I just love entertaining people.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's the greatest feeling.
What about in terms of like just being in the set of like just having to do that stuff apart from entertaining too, right? Just like
You mean like what do you
like
mean?
nurturing
process
the
of it.
art of like yeah, the
like
process.
like rehearsals and stuff.
yeah.
I think for a music gig,
Yeah.
rehearsals are like most of the fun because
I would say they're very important as well.
yes,
Yeah.
especially for new bands.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's always like a disappointment after a gig's done because you're like you look forward to it, especially a big gig.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, it's over. Like, fuck, what do I do now? Like, I just have to look for the
What's next type of thing, right?
yeah, and like rehearsals is like the lead up to it. Like, let's say you have like 2 or 3 rehearsals for a show.
Mm-hmm.
We do that with Jessie Vickery has this thing where she won't, even if like we play like a show consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
We did this like May and April in Kitchener and then Toronto. She won't go on stage without having rehearsed since the last show. Like she wants to have a space to iron out everything. She's not like very into theory, but she knows what she likes and knows what she doesn't like. That's pretty much what you need.
Okay. That's good.
She'll be like, Evan, I don't know what I want you to play, but can you play those a bit different? If you play those chords somewhere else,
Is
what she'll
she
say.
more descriptive with like feelings,
Sounds.
and sounds?
Yeah.
Like this, I want this to sound more happier, or like that type of thing, or
Yeah, she's a great lyricist.
uh-huh.
She's a producer that helped her with the chords, but she's pretty good at like Brent's in that band too, so he helps with this. He helps like because like two of us, me and Brent, are like theory wise because of like
Yeah.
school, and the other three are like Jesse. So when they'll say something, me and Brent will like kind of like just like talk to each other and like make sense of it music theory wise.
Yeah.
because that's just how we think at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But I think there's good parts to either way.
Yeah, I think being able to kind of like switch between those two sides.
Music theory
right?
is just a way to communicate it.
Yeah. Just being able to be more efficient with your time, I guess.
Yeah.
But also being able to understand what someone means by when they say, "I want this to be more colorful. I want this to be more dark," or like whatever. I want
Yeah.
this synth to sound blue or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like
right?
we've offered to help Jessie write songs, but like that's very like it's almost like a separate thing for her.
Yeah.
Like she
It's
wants to do that
more
like as a
intimate.
she wants to. Whoa, no, she wants to do like.
Oh, wait, no, pause.
She
Hold
wants
on.
she wants to
What?
do like the lyrics herself because they're often personal.
Yeah.
Then brings it to the band. Well, we became a band
I'm the
after,
same.
after the EP came out. I think the idea of co-writing just makes her like, this is for me. Your guys are here to help develop for a live setting.
Yeah. I see what you mean, man. Like there when I was
I'm different though. Like I write the music.
Yeah.
Thinking like I wrote a song recently. We saw like just to like I had it in mind like I'm gonna sit down. I have like a inspiration in my head, but I'm gonna write like I find we're doing too many sad songs in the set, so I'm gonna go out of my way to write a happy. Like I'm always performance minded. I'll be like I'm gonna write this song towards the beginning of the set, or this song would sound great after this certain cover.
Yeah.
So
and
like
I think because
I'm very
you've
like
done it.
I'm very like into the flow of a show.
Yeah, because you're actively involved in like performance.
And
right?
I've seen
and you
like
see how
I've seen great bands put on like very tight bands put on shit shows because the frontman can't. I'm not the great at this, but like the frontman is awkward when he starts talking between songs, or they just don't know how to put a set list together, and it just takes you out of it. It's like in a movie when there's like everyone's a good actor,
Yeah.
and then there's one bad actor that they just cast in the movie because he's famous and they want clout.
Yeah.
And it just like takes you straight out of the movie suspension or
Yeah,
whatever.
throws
I think it's
you
called
off.
suspension of reality. I learned in drama class.
Suspension of reality.
So like you want to believe you're in the movie,
Uh-huh.
but like one bad actor can take you out of that.
True.
There's also this thing I learned about it called dispository dialogue.
Dispository.
It's like dialogue that you're gonna check my facts. No,
No,
it's
I'm
it's
I wanna learn it.
it's about like dialogue that you could have inferred without saying it straight up. It's like, oh, you've been sad, since your mom died or something like that, or you could have just been like, I'm sorry for your loss, and the people would like it would have meant the same thing.
Wait, say that again. I want
So like, let's say like a character goes up to another character and is like, "Oh, I've heard you've been having a rough time since this happened," or like since someone left you.
Yeah.
I think you could achieve the same thing. No one says that to people in real life. That's
Yeah, I
like
know.
that's just like blatantly trying to get the point. That's how you ruin
Yeah,
the movie.
yeah.
And like you notice it a lot in like sitcoms.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, it's just like it takes you out of it.
They do, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
see what-
And
yeah.
I just ruined everything you're ever gonna watch because it's everywhere. You're gonna be watching.
No. It's like I wasn't able. I felt that, but I wasn't. I did not know that there was a phrasing
Oh, here
for
comes
that.
a cat.
Oh, nice.
What's his name? Leo?
Yeah, he actually doesn't do that. So like, if he comes up to you, hey buddy, if he comes up to you and smells you, he's very very private.
Is he a tabby cat?
He's a tabby. He's an orange tabby.
I think Brent was taking care of little tabby cats a while ago.
Nice. Yeah, he might come over and smell you. So like,
There's different types of tabby cats. I feel like some of them look different, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and he's gonna smell you now.
Is this good?
Oh my god, I've never seen him do that, dude.
Does he like me?
Yeah.
Oh, now he likes you.
Obviously, I'm the.
How old is Leo?
He's 6 years old.
6. How long do cats live? I'm just curious.
I think 15 years old.
Do I pet a cat? Or
Yeah, you can. Hey, buddy.
Is he jumping or what?
No.
We bunny. So.
Yeah, I saw the bunny. Yeah.
Oh, wires.
Nah, he's gonna be fine. He's that's so crazy. He actually never does that. He would always be reserved. I think the only time he came down was during Selena's, where
Yeah, I saw that.
gave.
Oh, now he's sitting down right there.
Yeah, because he knows that his meal. So that's an auto feeder. So like it dispenses food. So
No
it'll-
way.
Yeah. it'll dispense food. So he's already ready to like wait. For
What time
his
does it
food.
go?
In 58 minutes. So
He's a foodie, clearly.
he loves food just like me. Like,
Same. What's your favorite cuisine?
True.
I know you like spicy food.
True. We actually talked about a lot of food stuff, right? You're big on food too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, man! I fucking love food, bro. Oh,
You turned me on to chicken. What is it? Tikka.
yeah, chicken tikka masala. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, that shit's
Or-
amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Um,
Brent likes it too.
Yeah, he likes. Wait, did he try it?
I made him try it.
Fuck
We
yeah,
were in
dude.
Kitchener after a Jesse's show.
Oh,
and
yeah,
We walk into this
bro.
like you have to be careful with this kind of food though, because I feel like you can get
You gotta be careful.
you have to like
You
make
gotta
sure the
know
place
the good place. Yeah.
And you just have to make sure like they don't have a bad track record.
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely.
good Eastern European is that what it's called? Is so good. I like Mediterranean food,
Fucking
seafood.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put me on for the
Pizza.
thing, right?
Deep
The
dish pizza?
Have you tried Badi Ali? Badi's like right across here.
I've never tried it,
Yeah,
but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
I heard there's long lines.
there's lots. Like you got to do pickup orders. That's the only way to do it.
North of Brooklyn, right by my house.
Oh, dude, north of Brooklyn is one of the best pizzas.
What type
Has
of
to
what
be.
type of pizza's Body Out? Is it also New York?
Yeah, they do New York. Bless me. Thank you.
Fuck, we're making me hungry now.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go home and eat so many chicken wings.
Body is really good. You put me on the deep dish pizza, the deep
The
pizza
Chicago roots.
Yeah, the pizza or something.
Oh, the one near Free Times, or the one just in college.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that was
closed
Curtis.
now.
That was Curtis.
Oh, true. You're right.
There's
Curtis.
another one
Curtis put
called
us on,
Detroit
yeah.
Pizza. It's a Bathurst and DuPont.
Detroit pizza.
Detroit Pizzeria. It's like kind of like really really good Pizza Hut. You know that like thick kind of pizza?
Uh-huh.
It's just like the bougie version of that.
Dude, what's the thing about Detroit pizza?
It's just
though?
really fucking good.
Like what's the differentiating?
It's kind of like Chicago pizza.
Oh,
I would, you know what,
shit.
you should eat that tonight. It's so good.
Dude, I'm getting hungry.
Same. It's so good.
Damn. Oh my god. So what's like? I'm assuming you've tried it.
Yeah, I get the Motor City pizza. It's called.
Motor City.
Is that what it's called? If you go on the menu, I think there's one called Motor City or something like
shit,
that.
yeah.
Motor
Pepperoni,
City.
Quebec petite pepperoni.
Oh,
Two
it's-
different types of pepperoni.
Oh, it's the
dude.
greatest thing ever.
Mozzarella, brick cheese, wild mushrooms. Are you a fan of mushrooms?
Yes,
I fucking love mushrooms, man.
little shit
think-
talky mushrooms. Shit.
I I think mushrooms are good. It's just like I can't have them like as a saute, like just like them. by
Yeah,
itself.
you need to be on. It's like tomatoes.
Yeah.
I only eat a tomato on a burger. on pizza.
Weirdly enough, for tomatoes, I was like that, and recently, I tried. Not recently, like a year ago, which is recent for me, I guess. I tried
Yeah,
this,
Ronnie's getting old.
like like a caprese salad,
Okay.
right? And
Like
it
the
was-
thin leaves.
yeah, with basil. I love basil.
I love basil,
obviously.
too.
Fucking
The Italian.
Yeah, bro, I love basil, man. Like fucking
Forget about
it's
it.
so good, man. Basil and tomatoes and this balsamic like thing. Oh
Yeah.
man, fuck.
It's so good.
Like-
now we're just really hungry.
Yeah, man.
I need to get food on the way home.
And then what the fuck? They also have Korean fried chicken pizza.
Are you a cooker? Do you like cooking?
I love cooking. Yeah.
Do you have a kitchen down here?
I do have a kitchen,
Nice.
but I hardly cook anymore just
Same.
because of like how
Just so much-
my life is now.
It's so hard to just make time for it.
Yeah, and also prep.
I also
Like,
suck at it, so it doesn't come out well. It's also, I feel like it can get expensive too.
dude, yeah, dude.
Probably
Yeah.
people always say
Especially if
like
you get fresh stuff.
people say like ordering in a lot is expensive, but I feel like it's the same.
No, I've realized that like if you know your deals, if you know like what
Your
you're buying,
deals.
like if you know like
What
you
is your
know,
deal? What's it?
The
ADHD. What is that?
that one? That's a headphone amp, like a headphone splitter thing.
Is that what I'm plugged into right now?
No. You're
Oh.
going directly. You're getting the good quality shit.
I'm right into the.
Apollo. You're
That's
going
why. That's
directly
why it
into the
sounds so
Apollo.
good.
Yeah, and the if you want me to talk about that, like I'll talk about that all day
All
long.
day. Yeah,
man.
it's like when I get talking about different guitar models. It's like this one has 6 strings. This one also has 6 strings, but different pickups.
Yeah, man. Like I love like yeah. So like yeah, but going back to the food thing, man. Like what are good deals? Buy one get one from
Yes,
Uber
sir.
Eats.
Oh,
Those are really good deals, and especially if you have Uber One.
oh, I've had. Oh my god, I was an early adopter of Uber One because I do it
Nice.
so much.
Yeah. So like, yeah, buy one get one
I
deals.
I find with Uber though, you have to the closer the restaurant is to your house.
The better.
It can't be too close because then they'll spin your food. But like, because then they'll be like, "Fucking come get it, you fat ass."
You know what I do? I did this yesterday. There's this really. Are you into chicken sandwiches? I'm pretty sure you are, right? So, dude, you gotta go to this place called PG Clucks. I haven't. I don't know if
How
you've
far
been.
is this from here?
Dude, it's like right there. If you wanna, like, I can show you. But it's like it's right down Queen. Like,
I love Dave's. Hot
dude,
chicken.
Dave's is fucking sick. I go for the. I tried it only once.
The Reaper.
I went for the hottest. Yeah.
The Reaper.
Yeah,
It's not as hard as I thought it was gonna be.
yeah, not too hot.
It tastes good though.
Yeah.
But I'll go for the hot one, the extra hot. I mean, that one's like perfect for me.
Yeah, but this PG Clucks thing, dude. Oh my god, they have this hot honey chicken sandwich.
Okay, you know what? I have to go.
Like
immediately.
it's dude, like it's so good. The chicken is so juicy.
So are we talking
man.
like walking distance?
Yeah, you could like this. Yeah, walking easy, like 10, 15 minutes
You know what?
max. You could do it easily.
Is it a long line kind of thing or no?
No. You can place a pickup and just grab it and eat it.
I
Yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah, dude, like it's so good. This is what I did yesterday. So like
Now we're just talking about food.
you mentioned like it can be obnoxiously close because someone's gonna spit in your
yeah,
food.
let's come get it.
This is what I did yesterday. That like I always fear like someone's gonna get pissed. So like I sometimes I don't give a fuck. Sometimes I'm like I'm paying for this. Give my shit.
Yeah, just-
like obviously. But yesterday I placed the order and I like took a bike, went down there. It took me like 5 minutes
Okay.
up and down. So like it's just like I do that sometimes. Other than that, have you tried French tacos?
No. Have you tried sushi pizza? I mean, that's
Sushi
not,
pizza.
That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, have you tried the sushi burrito?
Sushi burrito.
I think you might be talking about the same thing. It's like the burrito wrap is seaweed.
Ooh.
Mexican sushi. What's it called?
Dude, I gotta try that. I've heard.
Mason turned me onto it.
Really, eh? I saw the option to get it. It's probably like at the sushi place that I was in.
Yeah.
Are you big into ramen?
I'm not.
Not
like,
too
I'll,
big.
I'll have it, but it's not like my favorite thing.
There's a place called Ajisen Ramen and Kinton Ramen.
I've been to
and Kinton.
Yeah,
I think.
I've been there. That's a high school hangout.
Oh man, it's they got some good ass food.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
The ramen place. Amsterdam Brewery is a really good place for beers, like flat.
I have to get food soon.
I'm sorry, I'm just probably making it worse.
But yeah, so this PG Clucks place.
PG Clucks place, yeah, man. Like everything, man. Like the fries are crinkled. They have crinkle fries. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like you're gonna see like
People are gonna listen to like 5 minutes of this and be like, "What is this?"
PG Clucks. Hold on, I'll show you.
Oh my god, these people are just jacking off over food.
No, hold on, pause. I'm not like, come on, dude. Like,
Oh, you know what? I have to go right now.
like, come on, man. It's.
I mean,
insane.
oh boy, jeez,
It's no, you're good.
killed your whole setup. No, I'm not. That would have been bad.
Oh,
I guess it would only hit of this, but
it's fine.
yeah.
Even if it spills, it's just a spill.
How expensive is PG Clucks?
They have this is going back to the buy one get
The
one
deals,
thing. Yeah,
the deals.
exactly.
You know, it's all segueing into each other.
Yeah, man. Like you go back to Uber, do a pickup. They always have like the buy one get one thing, so you can get like 2 burgers for like fucking jack shit.
You know, I'm gonna go.
Like it's good, man. Yeah, if you get a chance. I want to try this Detroit pizza that you
Yeah.
showed me. Like, do you ever do this? Like, I make a whole list of like all the best
Yeah.
food places that you can go to.
Yeah, I've had multiple of those.
Nice. What about croissants and shit like that? Are you into that?
No.
No? Damn. I'm big into like bakery. Like lots of
I like macarons,
macarons
and
are
those
fucking awesome.
Portuguese custard.
Oh no, dude! I've seen this one fucking TikTok. It was this kid going like, "If you give me one of those things,
I'll tear
right
it up
now,
live.
I'll tear it up live."
I mean, come on, man. It's so funny. Those caramel in the middle.
That's literally me, bro. Like, oh my god.
I'll tear it up live.
I will tear it up live.
That's my favorite kid ever.
Dude, there's for natas too, like the pastel de nata. I think that's what they call it. But it's
You have to do the.
yeah.
It doesn't sound right if you don't do the hand motion.
Of course, it's right down Queen too. Like they have the best, one of the best natas. I mean, you're in like fucking what's this called? Parkdale. So it's like predominantly Portuguese stuff. Like there's.
I'm
lots
gonna
of
have to
Portuguese.
spend way too much money after this podcast.
Have a list and then check them off, right?
You know, I have to write down some lists.
Yeah, dude. Feel
Give me
free,
some
man.
ideas.
Feel free.
Cool.
Other than that,
I think we did a good job.
yeah, it's a good job, man. So I'm just gonna ask you to fucking like do a plug, I guess. And
Plug. All right.
Is
Is
this
the end of,
coming up?
This is the end of Hot Ones.
This camera.
camera.
Except there's just one camera.
Welcome to Hot Ones, the show with hot
I love
questions
Hot Ones
and even
too.
hotter
Oh my
wings.
God.
No,
Hot Ones
okay,
is so good.
so find me on Instagram. My
Nice.
band gigs around the city. My Instagram is evansinger4. That's actually my last name. And my band is esxp.official on Instagram.
Nice.
Find us there.
What's the inspiration for that name?
It stands for Evan Singer Experience,
Nice.
which is a play on the fact that I have no ego at all.
Okay.
Because it sounds like I do. It's just actually Mason, who we went to school with, talking to them, dispository dialogue,
Yep.
was like, before we went on at Cathedral the first time, not you weren't there. It was Ben, the sound guy.
Yeah.
Ben
the sound.
Ben the sound guy. He was incredible.
Ben is dude. Ben
He
is awesome.
knew what he was doing. So did you, but he knew
Ben
what
is
he was doing.
awesome, dude.
He Mason was like $10 if you go up there, and I was opening for Campbell. He said $10 if you go up there and introduce yourself as Evan Singer Experience, as a play on like Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Uh-huh.
And there was like 15 people in the room, so it didn't
Fair.
matter. And I was gonna make that much money at that night anyways.
So $15 is
I
a lot.
$15 was a lot, and
Yeah.
I got it. So thanks for listening, everyone.
Okay, so you have more shows coming up. You tour around.
October 11th. That's
Nice.
gonna come out. This is gonna come out after that, but
Nice.
December 12th is a Tuesday at Horseshoe Tavern. Still booking
Sick.
those bands, but hopefully you see this before that comes out.
Amazing, dude.
All right, thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me, Ronnie.
Of course, man. It was great.
It was just
Great.
fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah.